The weather outside is frightful, but inside it is so delightful. As we welcome you inside the Budweiser Bull Pen from downtown Amarillo for tonight's matchup between the Amarillo Wranglers and the Lone Star Brahmas. Hi everybody, Chiarenza here, and it is the season series finale between the Wranglers and the Brahmas. 8th and final meeting of the year between these two squads. Lone Star currently holds a record of 6-1 over the Wranglers this season, but the Wranglers looking to end the season series with a statement win on home ice. Brahmas have won their last 7 games, 7-game heater as they look to escape Budweiser Bull Pen with another win. But the Wranglers, looking to snap a 4-game losing skid, have other ideas as Amarillo comes into the matchup with a record of 13-9-5 on the season. Lone Star, top of the South Division, top of the league as well, with a record of 22-6-0-2. They're the team to beat right now, and the Wranglers hung with them last night, almost coming away with an overtime victory. Lone Star did come away with the 3-2 win in overtime. Amarillo never trailed in that game and got 2 goals from defensemen as Colin, Doherty, and Drew Jeffers each picked up a goal for the Wranglers. The Doherty goal came on the power play, something the Wranglers are looking to get jump-started over the last couple of games. Amarillo went 1-for-1 on the power play last night. Look to continue that trend here this evening. For Lone Star, they had 2 power play goals, one coming from Justin Kerr and then Jacob McDonald. And Jacob McDonald in last night's game had 2 goals, including the overtime winner. For the Wranglers, Connor McDonough was solid in net once again. Seems like nothing else is new, as it seems like night in and night out, number 1 between the pipes gives the Wranglers a chance to win. As McDonough last night stopped 22 of 25, he was outstanding. He will be back in goal tonight for the Wranglers as well. A lot of big stuff going on here tonight at the bullpen, as it is once again the holiday market on the concourse. A lot of really cool stuff down there, so if you're in the area, there's still time. Get your tickets at panhandletickets.com, or you can probably just walk up to the box office and get yours there, as it's looking to be a pretty packed house here tonight because it is also teddy bear toss, meaning that teddy bears and stuffed animals will be thrown onto the ice following the Wranglers' first goal of the evening. Certainly looking forward to that, as sure to be an exciting moment. As the crowd's still filing in here, I see a lot of bears on people's laps. Hopefully the Wranglers get to score that first goal early on, and the Bears will fly. Speaking of the teddy bear toss goal, make your pick to click as who you think is going to score the first goal for the Wranglers tonight that will send the teddy bears flying over the glass. A lot of good options to choose from. Just comment down below on the YouTube chat box if you're listening on our YouTube audio feed, as got some pretty good picks throughout the Wranglers lineup. As of course, the Ivy twins will be out there for the Wranglers in tonight's game. Roman Zapp returns to the lineup after finishing off his 2-game suspension. He will be back in there. A lot of good opportunities for guys to score here tonight, although sometimes might be the guys that you least expect, as the Wranglers did get 2 goals last night coming from defensemen. And so for that, you just never know. So make your pick to click in the chat box. For me tonight, I think I'm going to have to go with number 77, Alex Papaspropoulos. He's going to be my pick to click to score that goal that will send the teddy bears flying. And for the big keys to the game tonight for the Wranglers, I think you have to win the special teams battle. Last night, the Wranglers did go 1-for-1 on the power play, but they did let in the 2 goals on the penalty kill, as Lone Star had 2 power play goals last night. Wranglers end up going 3-for-5 last night on the penalty kill. Certainly look to shore that up here tonight and win the special teams battle against a Lone Star team that has a pretty good penalty kill. Wranglers were able to solve that last night. Lone Star power play about middle of the pack here this season, so Wranglers trying to get back on their high horse on the penalty kill, something that they've done pretty well so far this season. Wrangler penalty kill operating at about 84% this season. You see the old 3-9er right here? Yeah, I'm live. The old 3-9er Corson McGuire to my left. Hey, you gonna come on intermission? Yeah, all right. Special guest from last night might make an appearance. The old 3-9er Corson McGuire to my left, along with the rest of the scratches here this evening. So we're having some fun here on a Saturday night at the Budweiser Bull Pen, as Wranglers also look to control the neutral zone here in tonight's game. Something that the Lone Star Brahmas do so well is really control the game through possession. and the way the game is played through the neutral zone. I think if the Wranglers are going to have any success here tonight, they're going to have to find a way to dictate the terms through the neutral zone and those battles along the boards. We've seen it a couple times this season where you get those pinned up battles along the end of the boards, guys kicking at that puck trying to jam it free, and then sometimes it's what happens behind that play that matters most is you get a guy cutting in, puck squeaks free, you got a guy bursting into the slot towards the goal. Wranglers can't allow that to happen here tonight, as this is a Lone Star team that kind of thrives in those situations. So if the Wranglers are able to come away and win those puck battles, they're in pretty good shape. And lastly, for the Wranglers, I've been saying this every time they play the Lone Star Brahmas, we'll say it again, they got to score first. This is a Lone Star team that is 18-1, 0-1 when they score first this season. And for the Wranglers, they did do that last night. As I mentioned, the Wranglers never trailed in that overtime loss last night. They scored the first goal, then Lone Star responded to tie it 1-1. And the Wranglers scored again to make it 2-1. And then late in the second period, the Brahmas scored again to tie it up at 2. And then, of course, the overtime winner from Jacob McDonald with 6 seconds left on the clock. So it's one of those games that could go right down to the wire. And it seems like every time these two teams meet, it's a race to 3. So I think for the Wranglers, if they want to get off on the right foot, they have to bring the energy, bring the heat here to start the first period and come away with that first goal and play with the lead so they can dictate the terms and play the game that way that they want to play it. As Ryan Anderson will duel against his former associate Dan Wildfong, longtime head coach and general manager of the Lone Star Brahmas, has done a fantastic job with his club so far this season. Wildfong leading them to the top of the South Division with 46 points. Currently, the Wranglers sit at 4th place in the division with 31 points on the year, 13-9-5 on the season. So they look to get back in the win column against the Lone Star team that seems to be on fire right now. 7 straight wins. When we get back to the pregame show after this upcoming break, we'll look forward to the first period, and we'll also get you your starting lineups here from Amarillo. All that and much, much more on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on YouTube, and NATV.
This is Topi Puikkonen, and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to downtown Amarillo, where we're just moments away from first period puck drop. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Lone Star Brahmas. They will once again send out their top line to begin the game. It'll be number 58, Matthias Borak on the left wing, 5'10 forward, weighing 175 pounds from Czechia. We'll get the nod on the left wing. Borak this season has 16 points, 9 goals, 7 assists, although he is scoreless in his last 5 games played. So looks to get back in the scoring column here tonight. Down the middle, number 7, Ivan Zavernyuk, second on the team in scoring. Standing at 6'3", 190 pounds, native of Kiev, Ukraine. Has 27 points, 7 goals, 20 assists. He's been doing it all for the Brahmas this season. He's currently on a 4-game point streak with 1 goal and 4 assists in his last 4 games. He had 2 assists last night, including an assist on the overtime winner. To his right, number 16, Justin Kerr, standing at 6'3", 185 pounds, native of Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Will play on that right wing, wearing number 16 for Lone Star. Kerr did have a goal last night, was Lone Star's first on the board, and did come on the power play. Justin Kerr seems to be a jack of all trades for Lone Star this season, as he has 24 points in 30 games, as he has 10 goals and 14 assists on the year, as he has 2 goals in his last 6 games played, including, of course, that one last night. So your top line for Lone Star, Borak, Zavranyuk, and Kerr. On defense, it'll be number 6, Antti Atiri on the left side, standing at 5'11", 175 pounds, native of Ivyland, Pennsylvania. Will be paired up with Brahmas captain number 55, Ray Murakami, Japanese forward from the same town as Yusaku Ando of the New Mexico Ice Wolves, who we'll see on New Year's Eve. Stands at 6 foot even and 185 pounds. He's on pace to break the Brahmas' all-time record for games played in a season in the North American Hockey League. And starting in goal for Lone Star last night, it was Deves Rolovs. Looks like Deves Rolovs not on the line sheet here tonight. Instead, we've got an E-Bug behind Jack Winicky. So Jack Winicky will get the start here tonight for Lone Star, wearing number 32, standing at 6'1", 185 pounds. Expected Winicky to make the start anyway, despite Rolovs being out. Not quite sure why Rolovs is not on the chart, but for whatever reason, he is out. And the E-Bug tonight for Lone Star, the emergency backup goaltender, is Brendan Forden, native of Plano, Texas. So it will be Winicky's net here tonight for Lone Star. Winicky this season, just about perfect. He's the goaltender of the month for September with Maryland, goaltender of the month in November with Lone Star, posting a .17 goals against average and a .990 save percentage in the month of November. He's second in the league in terms of wins with 13. And seems like he's been a pretty good acquisition for Lone Star, paired up with Rolovs. Got a 1-2 punch in net. Winicky this season with Lone Star will play in his 10th game, as he is 8-0 with Lone Star this season. .56 goals against average, a .969 save percentage with the Brahmas, and 3 shutouts in his short time with Lone Star. It'll be a tough one to crack, and the Wranglers will look to do it tonight as they send out their top line to begin tonight's game. As it'll be number 93, Jack McDonald on the left wing for the Wranglers, getting the start. Standing at 6'1", 185 pounds, the native of East Aurora, New York. Will get the nod on the left wing. McDonald this season has 14 points on the year, 12 assists on the season. He is second on the team in assists, only behind Nolan Gagnon. McDonald did pick up an assist last night on the Drew Jeffers goal. So McDonald getting the nod on the left wing. Down the middle, number 4, Ben Ivy, Wranglers captain this season, standing at 6'4", 205 pounds, the native of San Diego, California. Will get the start at center for the Wranglers. Ben Ivy this season has 6 goals and 11 assists, as he has led this team to a 13-9-5 record. To his right, number 6, Jack Ivy, his twin brother, standing at 6'3", 200 pounds, both from San Diego, California, and both are committed to go play at Army next season. They'll round out that top forward line for the Wranglers, as Jack Ivy this season has broken his career mark of 12 goals last season. He has 13 so far on this year's campaign, as Jack Ivy among the team leaders in scoring with 13 goals and 6 assists for 19 points so far on the season. If you want to pick Jack Ivy to get that first goal of the game, that's a pretty wise pick, as he did not score last night, but he did register 5 shots on goal, so he's been busy and he's due. Jack Ivy, pretty good pick to get that first goal of the game. Your top line for the Wranglers will start the game: McDonald, Ben Ivy, and Jack Ivy. On defense, Nick Troutwine, wearing number 3 on the left side, making his 3rd appearance as a Wrangler. Played his home debut last night, logged a lot of minutes, and played quite well, as he stands at 6'3", 210 pounds, native of Evelyn, Minnesota, was most recently with the Minnesota Wilderness until the Wranglers acquired him via trade last weekend for a 2024 4th-round pick. So Troutwine slotting into the lineup quite nicely. He'll be paired up with number 5, Henry McRoberts, the former Lone Star Brahma. McRoberts standing at 6 foot even, 185 pounds, a native of Kingsford, Michigan. Will will be paired up with Troutwine here tonight. McRoberts did pick up an assist in last night's game. And in goal, number 1 between the pipes and number 1 in our hearts, Connor McDonough. Seems like McDonough has shouldered a lot of the workload so far this season for the Wranglers, but he's handled it amazingly, as he will make his 22nd appearance of the season, as McDonough has a record of 11-6-4, a 2.38 goals against average, and a .909 save percentage, and 1 shutout coming early in the month of November on the season. See if he can get shutout number 2 here tonight. So it'll be Connor McDonough between the pipes. The backup tonight for Amarillo is number 35, Mason Joseph. Mentioned it at the top of the pregame show. Roman Zapp returns to the lineup after serving his 2-game suspension. So you get that money line back down on the second line with Puukkonen, Zapp, and Papaspropoulos. Topi Puukkonen been quiet over the last couple of games. He's about due for a goal. He's one of the strongest players on the puck, as he will be paired up with Zapp and Papaspropoulos on that second line. Puukkonen among the team leaders in points with 20 on the season. Third line, Grayson Gerhard with Connor McNaughton and Alex Stepanek. Fourth line, Tommy Chunchikov, Luke Morris, and Morley Phillips. Wranglers dressing 12 forwards and 7 defensemen tonight, as the extra defenseman is number 94, Sebastian Mitro, who also played last night. Second pairing for the Wranglers, number 16, Colin Doherty, will be up with Drew Jeffers wearing number 7. Both of those guys had a goal last night. And a third pairing, number 8, Bryce Cooper, with number 25, T.J. Ritchie, the native of Poland, Ohio. So we get our ceremonial puck drop here tonight. Dropping the puck here tonight. A couple former members of the Amarillo Wranglers from the 70s will be out there to drop the ceremonial puck in just a few moments. As Kyle DeMarco is recognized as the 575 Pizzeria Player of the Month for the month of November. DeMarco not in the lineup tonight, but he has been amazing for the Wranglers so far this season. He's been a leader on the blue line, wears the A on his sweater. It's been fantastic for the Wranglers so far this season, his 3rd year with the club. Is now out there for the ceremonial puck drop, Kelly Briggs and John Severin, 2 members of the original Amarillo Wranglers, dropping the puck here, as their championship banner is up here in the rafters in the Amarillo Civic Center. So they drop that puck, shake some hands, and they'll roll up the red carpet. Coming up next is the national anthem, and afterwards we'll have first period puck drop here from downtown Amarillo. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
We are all set and ready to go from the Budweiser Bull Pen for tonight's matchup between the Amarillo Wranglers and the Lone Star Brahmas, the season series finale between these two clubs. Seems like we've seen a lot of the promise so far to start the year. This will be the first opponent that the Wranglers wrap up a season series with, and all comes before the turn of the calendar year. So you figure you get the Brahmas, a team that top of the standings for the first half of the year, and then you get 12 matchups against the Colorado Grit over the span of the second half of the season. Next calendar, the turn of the new calendar year. So not a bad trade-off, as the Wranglers do have a winning record so far this season against really good opponents. The Wranglers' first half of the schedule, a lot of them have come against playoff teams. Your starting netminders, number 32 for the Lone Star Brahmas, Jack Winicky. Seems like he's been on fire so far to start his Brahmas tenure, as he's a perfect 8-0 with the team. .56 goals against average, .969 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. He gets to start for Lone Star, and for the Wranglers, number 1, Connor McDonough. McDonough this season with a record of 11-6-4, 2.38 goals against average, and a .909 save percentage, as we are underway from Amarillo. Brahmas win the draw, fire it in. Play bounces out in front of McDonough. He paddles it away towards the far side wall. Puck squeaks below the goal line. Ben Ivy will tap it off the far side glass. Play will go back up to the line, but is slapped back down by Matthias Borak. Nick Troutwine will paddle it out towards the neutral zone. Brahmas are there to retrieve it. As down the left wing wall is Antti Atiri. He will tap it off the stick of Kerr as it goes down past McDonough. Jack McDonald with the puck on his stick, feeling the heat from Bergeron as he twists and dives below his own goal line. Finds a man up front, and the Wranglers get it back out to center for another change of possession here. Something that you're going to see very often in this game, as Bergeron walks the line and shoots, takes a couple hops and drifts towards the far side corner, where it's taken away by Colin Doherty. He finds Papaspropoulos up ahead. He connects with Zap as it bounces in the neutral zone, and Brahmas regain possession and send it back down towards Amarillo territory. This is a recurring theme that you usually see in Wranglers Brahmas game this season. Is a lot of changes of possession. It's two teams that play a similar style. Notice a lot of pucks up for grabs in the neutral zone. As play goes in front of the scorer's table, Wranglers now able to cleanly possess it, as they will look to dump the puck down, and they do, but unfortunately they don't gain the red line. So it'll be an icing on the Wranglers here, 1 minute and 31 seconds into the contest. This next draw will be to the left of Connor McDonough, near circle of the Wrangler zone as you see it on NATV. Paint a picture for you here on our YouTube audio feed. As it looks like it's going to be a fun night of hockey ahead of us, so pull up a chair, get comfortable, get a snack and a drink of your choice, and enjoy some hockey with us. As the Wranglers back out to center, it's Doherty on his backhand, lifting it into the Brahmas zone. He'll quickly backpedal and go towards the bench as the Wranglers get fresh men on. Charlie Emmons skies it towards the neutral zone, bounces in front of Charlie Masick. He'll give it an extra little push and get it below the Wrangler goal line, where it's fielded by Henry McRoberts. Jacob McDonald, digging at his skates, is able to pry it towards the far side boards. McDonald now in the corner, spinning away from Nick Troutwine. Brahmas lose the puck as the Wranglers put some force there and get it back out to center for Alex Stepanek. To his left, Gerhard with a shot, and it's stinted out of the air by Winicky, his first stop of the evening. 17:46 to go in period 1. So early on, shot count is 1-1. The Brahmas are a team that likes to outshoot their opponent and really suppress their opponent from taking any shots, as the Brahmas average about 29 shots per game and only allow about 22. They held the Wranglers to 18 shots last night and took 25. Draw to the right of Winicky. And Brahmas are going to skate this puck out to center as Borak gains some speed. He's got the Wrangler blue line. Now dives down low. Spinning away from TJ Ritchie, finds Kerr. As Justin Kerr goes below the goal line, gets slammed up against the wall by Cooper. Puck is jarred free As Richie skated out of danger, find Chunchikov up ahead to his left. Goes by him to Luke Morris. He tries to drive towards the net as Antiatiri takes a spill. Play carries on as Phillips across. Morris high slot shooting, and it goes wide. Second try is deflected away by the stick of Ray Murakami. Now we get a whistle. 17:07 to go in the first, and some nastiness here as Morley Phillips is barking at Matthias Borak after the play. You get a couple jabs between Morris and Murakami. Officials quick to try and break that one up. It's the final meeting of the season between these two clubs, so if you got something to say, you better say it now. We'll see if we get a penalty call here. Looks like we won't. So it'll be a neutral zone draw that is won by the Wranglers. Colin Doherty from his own zone, plays it to Drew Jeffers. Up ahead, connects with Ben Ivey. Shoulder off the puck, Jack Ivey steps in, racing after the puck. Can't gain possession though, as the Brahmas will play it up over their own blue line. In the neutral zone, Doherty up ahead for Ben Ivey. He will push it below the Brahma goal line. Jack Ivey in hot pursuit. Jacob McDonald trying to skate it out of there, and he does. Puck bouncing back at center ice. Players taking a couple jams at that puck, and now finally Ingles is able to settle it down. Ivy Twins applying some pressure here as Zapp along the left side shoots, and it just screeches wide. Maybe by a foot as Jeffers throws it towards the goal, looking for a tip in from Zapp. It's redirected wide as Pukkanen trying to dig it free from the far corner. He's got two Brahmas on him. James and Ingles there. Puck comes free. Papaspropoulos on his backhand along the near side wall. Twists it down deeper for Zapp. He's being pressured by Keskin-Tepe. Zapp looking to center it for Papaspropoulos. Glances off his stick and goes back out to center for Jeffers. Zapp over the blue line. Left side shooting, and it's gloved out of the air by Winicky, and he will hold with 15:49 to go in the first. Shot count right now 6-1 in favor of the Wranglers, so that's another one of those keys to the game for Amarillo tonight. If you can get high volume of shots on goal, really give Winicky a run for his money here tonight. In pretty good shape to get a few goals on the board. Really looking forward to that first goal of the night, as it will be that teddy bear toss goal, as whoever scores that first goal for the Wranglers will start the cue for everybody to throw stuffed animals on the ice. McNaughton wins the draw. Shot there goes wide from Gerhard. Tess behind his own goal line gets mobbed by a couple Wranglers as they pry the puck free. Gerhard on his forehand, pinned up against the far half wall, tries to dish it to McNaughton. Puck had other ideas as the Brahmas will take it back out towards their own blue line. Zach Rizzo is able to come away with the puck as the Brahmas look to flip the script and go wall to wall. Instead, the pass goes astray, and it'll be an icing on Lone Star with 15:21 to go in period one. So an offensive zone draw here for the Wranglers. They'll trot out that line of Phillips, Morris, and Chunchikov to get the job done. Troutwine and McRoberts on the blue line. Been impressed with the play of Nick Troutwine. Small sample size, as this is his third game with the Wranglers, but done pretty good work. Amstead skates it out towards the neutral zone. He's being pressured by Chunchikov. Always a disruptive force when he's out there. Rama's forced to dump it in. McDonough will play it towards the near side wall. Chunchikov tied up with Rizzo along the boards. Puck battle here, and it squeaks free to Phillips. Quickly tries to return it to Chunchikov. He gloves it down. He's on his way towards the goal. Chunchikov loses it at the last second. Couldn't get the shot off. Instead finds Phillips, turns and fires towards the slot. It's paddled away by Winicky, and the Brahmas turn up ice. As Bergeron shoots, save made by McDonough, in and out of his glove, and the puck is swept free by Phillips. Play at the near side wall now is Phillips going at it with a Brahma who goes down. Looks like that was Ingles. As the Wranglers will skate out to center. courtesy of Henry McRoberts. He gains the Brahmas blue line. Toe drag here. McRoberts on his backhand. Centers one, and oh, Jack Ivey was there, but Winicky made the stop. As Lone Star back at center ice, being pestered by Ben Ivey as he tries to weasel the puck free, and he does. Wranglers go D-to-D in their own zone. McRoberts up ahead looking for McDonald, who took a check in the process, but he's able to glance it in towards the Brahma zone. Battle along the Brahma end wall. Ben Ivey on his backhand tries to lift it up top for Doherty. Pass didn't have enough steam on it, and the Brahmas get it out to center. Capello across, connects with Justin Kerr. Defending him is Colin. Doherty directs him towards the near corner. Puck goes corner to corner now, as Drew Jeffers now defending Ivan Zadvernyuk. Jeffers, former member of the Colorado Grit, playing in his 18th game with the Wranglers this season. Jeffers has 2 goals and 1 assist in a Wrangler uniform, one of which coming last night. It's Justin Kerr back in the Wrangler end. Toe drag shot, goes astray, rebound in the slot, bounces towards McDonough, and he makes no mistake as he covers that puck and freezes with 13:16 to go in period 1. Shot count now 7-3 in favor of the Wranglers. Do you think the Wranglers get 18 shots last night? We're already close to getting half of that here. We're now only about 7 minutes into the first period. Wranglers win the defensive zone draw. McRoberts on his backhand finds Puukkonen, returns it to McRoberts. Wranglers having a little trouble getting out of their own zone here as McRoberts is being pestered by Charlie Masick, and Masick's able to steal the puck away below the goal line. Goes up to the left point for Ingles. Tries to kick it to himself, finds McDonald, and he will curl at the half wall. Jacob McDonald defended by McRoberts nicely as play goes below the goal line. Left point Ingles for Keskintepe. He tries to throw it on goal. Didn't have any sort of force to it. As the Brahmas lose possession as Zap finds Papaspropoulos at center ice. Potential 3-on-2 here. Left side, Puukkonen. Directed towards the near half wall. Brahmas take the puck away as Masick backhands it up to the red line for McDonald, who will whip it in. Troutwine the first man on it. Puck battle along the far half wall. Now moves into the corner. A couple bodies collide. Puck drifts towards McDonough. He will cover it. And afterwards we get some pushing and shoving as a man went down for Lone Star in the blue paint. And again, we get some more of that nastiness. It's like Topi, Puukkonen, Connor Bergeron had some words for each other. Wranglers get a change, as do the Brahmas. Looks like the Brahmas top line out there, Zadvernyuk, Kerr, and Borak. The Wranglers, they will also send out their first line. Ivy twins with Jack McDonald. Ben Ivey will do with Ivan Zadvernyuk on the far circle of the Wranglers zone. Zadvernyuk wins it, but Jack Ivey gets a stick on it as Borak drifts towards the far corner. Up to the slot for Kerr, who takes a shot. Fought off by McDonough. Goes back to the far wall. Zadvernyuk for Kerr at the circle. Loses it to Jeffers as the Wranglers turn over here and the Brahmas score. Zadvernyuk cashes in on a juicy turnover in the slot, and the Brahmas take an early 1-0 lead. So it'll be Zadvernyuk from Kerr and Borak. So Borak ends his drought of a point. And Zadvernyuk will pick up goal number 8 on the season. He extends his point streak to 5 games. As the Wranglers win the ensuing draw, looking to quickly get that one back. As Ritchie to Cooper, McNaughton from the left corner. Hooks it towards the neutral zone, takes a hop, and comes to Emmons, who quickly tries to play it forward. Play goes into that near corner of the Wranglers zone. Hamsted pressuring McNaughton. Everybody wants a piece of that puck. Hamsted will come away with it. He'll drive towards the goal, and a poke check by McDonough shuts down any chance of him scoring. Test backhand pass, looking for a man in the slot. Broken up by the Wranglers. They'll send it back out the center and then some, as it'll roll back into the Brahmas zone. Gerhard there aggressively on the forecheck. Stepanek there to help out. Gets it to the line for McRoberts. He'll shoot, and a save made by Winicky. Rebound swept below the goal line. Gerhard is there on his forehand. Far side wall, right point. McRoberts receives the pass. Trying to shake Avon Pyle. Now you get another jousting match along the boards as the puck is pinned up against that yellow line. 3 Wranglers in the fray. 2 Brahmas are there, and the Lone Star Brahmas are able to get it back out the center. Troutwine from his own zone. Connects with Stepanek. Left wing, the Wranglers will just touch it into the Brahmas zone. Get a change here. As Colin Doherty sees the puck go below his own goal line. Takes a funny hop. Brahmas. High slot, Keskentepe, left side, McDonald below the circles. He'll curl along the wall, back up top. Ingles for James, a blast, and it's fought off by McDonough. Goes below the goal, and a bouncing puck on top of the net is settled down in the slot by Phillips and swept away from danger. Sometimes the puck has a mind of its own in this building. As Gerhard, along the left wing, connects with Morris deep into the Brahmas zone. He gets mobbed by 3 Brahmas. Puck pinned up against the boards. Phillips throws a hit there on, I believe it was McDonald, and the arm is raised. And the Brahmas are going to get the first power play opportunity of the night. So Morley Phillips will sit for 2 minutes. Brahmas go to the power play for the first time tonight. And the call is boarding. So Wranglers penalty kill will trot out there. Operating at 84.2% entering the evening. Brahma power play clocking in at 16% coming into tonight's matchup. Wranglers will send out the Ivy twins with Jeffers and Cooper. Brahmas going with Zavernyuk, Masick, Hamsted, Murakami, and Ingles. This contested puck in the circle comes to Cooper. And Jeffers will whack it out towards the line. Brahmas forced to retreat on the opening sequence of the Brahma power play. So Zavernyuk from his own zone plays it across to Ingles, returns it to Zavernyuk, and he will start the charge. Lone Star scored 2 power play goals last night as Kerr McDonald got the job done. Hamsted tries to go back up to the right point. Pass is broken up by Amarillo, and they'll go the other way. Jack Ivy skates into the Brahma zone and shoots. Winicky makes the save, and the Wranglers pressuring aggressively force him to cover with 8:55 to go in the first. 40 seconds gone off the penalty to Phillips. Shot count now reads 9-7 in favor of the Wranglers. This next draw to the right of Winicky, near circle of the Brahmas zone. Brahmas come away with the puck off this draw. Atiri will lead the charge down the left wing wall. Gains center red, now Wranglers blue. Tries to bank it off the wall to himself. McNaughton is quick to snuff it out, and McRoberts will bank it off the glass and back down towards Winicky. 1 minute to go on the Brahma power play. Atiri once again starting off the attack, getting the red line. Finds James over the blue line. Left side, it's Borak trying to wrap it around. McDonough gets a stick on it. Troutwine will handle the rest of the deal and send it back down for another clear. Borak over center, red now Wranglers blue. Borak stops in the corner, back up to the right point. James, high slot Bergeron, pestered by Ben Ivy. Puck goes back out the center. James steps over the blue line again, and Colin Doherty's there to steal it away and get another clear for the Wranglers. One last chance here for the Brahmas on the man advantage as Hampstead over the Wrangler blue line. Curls at the far wall. He's met by a couple Wranglers. Puck goes back out the center. We're back to even strength. Wranglers get the kill. This right side, Zavernyuk, toe drag into the corner. Centering pass. He was looking for Hampstead out in front. Pass wouldn't go. Zavernyuk back in the corner. Shoots. Save made by McDonough. Rebound is loose. Wranglers sweep it back towards the near corner. Up to the line. Emmons to the circle looking for McDonald. Mitro steals it away. Mitro will backhand it in. Good work there from the Slovakian defenseman for Amarillo. Right corner of the Brahmas zone. Phillips fires it out in front. TJ Ritchie takes a whack at it. Rebound chance by Morris is gobbled up by Winicky as he tried to backhand it in. Good look there from the Wranglers. And a blast by TJ Ritchie. Snuffed out by Winicky. He will freeze with 6:52 to go in the first. As we go to our first media timeout of the night. It's the Brahmas 1 and the Wranglers nothing. 6:52 to go in the first period. We'll be back in just a moment on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to downtown Amarillo, where the Brahmas have a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Ivan Zavernyuk's 8th goal of the season. Wranglers with offensive zone face-off here, and it's won by Zap. Papaspropoulos takes a whack at it. Masick is able to poke it away at the last second and turn up ice. Masick stymied at the Wranglers' blue line, forced to play it back towards his defense. As the Brahmas turn the puck over in the neutral zone, McRoberts to find Zap up ahead. He's off his stick and into the Brahmas bench. Stops the clock with 6:34 to go in period 1. We talked about how big that first goal of the game would be. Of course, for the Wranglers, you want to get that first goal not only because it's teddy bear toss night, but also because the Brahmas are 18-1-0-1 when they score the first goal. Although the Wranglers themselves, when they score first, not too bad themselves, 9-1-1. But it seems like the Brahmas score that first goal a lot more often than the Wranglers do. Jack Ivy swats it into the Brahmas zone. Murakami forced to go back towards the near side wall. Zavernyuk looking for Kerr, broken up by Ben Ivy as he picks the pocket of the Brahmas. At center ice, Borak will retreat towards his zone, flip the script and send it along to the left wing wall for Zavernyuk. He was looking for Kerr, but the pass is offline. Goes to Nick Troutwine. He exchanges with Colin Doherty. He will lift it out of the Wranglers zone towards the neutral ice. As it'll take a bounce, Brahmas whack at it. And now it's Justin Kerr along the right wing side. Gains the circle towards the slot. He'll shoot, and a save made by McDonough. Dangerous chance there for 16 in black. The centering pass is tapped away by McNaughton. Brahmas fired below the goal line for Hampstead. Shakes off a defender. Hampstead for Emmons at that far half wall. Met by two Wranglers as Jack Ivey and Drew Jeffers are there. Another puck battle along the boards. Jeffers just got it pinned up against the boards with the skate. Emmons trying to jar it free, and he does. Tess will jar with Doherty, and Wranglers are able to skate away with it this time as Jack Ivey pops it out to center. Possession changes here as the Wranglers get TJ Ritchie on. Partial change for the Wranglers as the Brahmas play it up ice. Over the red line is Hampstead. He will fire it down and go off. As Ritchie from the right corner pitches it up ahead looking for Stepanek. It bounced off his face and ended up riding the boards. It'll go out of play with 4:56 to go in the first. Alex Stepanek, the check forward for the Wranglers, ranked number 74 this season. Still looking for his first goal in the North American Hockey League and his first as a Wrangler. He's paired up with McNaughton and Gerhardt tonight. Neutral zone draw won by McNaughton as he finds TJ Ritchie. Puck rolls into the Brahmas zone, goes by Winicky. Keskentepe gonna get it out, and he does. Pyle with speed into the Wranglers zone. He'll shoot. Blocked nicely by Ritchie and directed below the goal line. Stepanek retrieves it for Amarillo. Looks to find a man up ahead. Instead glances off the skate of a Brahma, and they will whip it down. Lone Star gets a change as the Wranglers skate it out to center. TJ Ritchie looks to gain the red line. Gets it stolen away by James. McDonald left side. Masick has it roll off his stick. As below the goal line, centering chance goes to Brock James. Tries to lift it over the shoulder of McDonough, but he's able to poke it away. Stepanek will chip it in as the Wranglers get a change here, but those guys are going to have to come back on as Stepanek did not gain the red line. It's an icing on Amarillo with 4:08 to go in the first. Shot count 9-8 in favor of the Wranglers. Draw will be to the left of McDonough, near circle of the Wranglers zone. Brock James will take the draw for Lone Star. Ben Ivey will take it for the Wranglers. Lone Star wins the draw. Borak skates to the right circle and shoots, and it's gobbled up by McDonough. No rebound. Stops the game with 4:03 to go in the first. Some fans take up a "Let's Go Wranglers" chant. Fans eagerly waiting to throw the teddy bears over the glass. The Wranglers scored their first goal. You can still make your pick. Your pick to click as who you think is going to score that first goal of the game for the Wranglers. As Brahmas win another draw. Left side of Thierry. Plays it down low. Centering pass broken up by Troutwine. Good defensive stick there. He'll skate it back out to center. Gains the red line. Drops it down low. Winicky pedals it along. Troutwine slaps it back down deeper. McDonald looking for Jack Ivey as the pass is intercepted. Wranglers trying to steal it away. Brahmas are able to get it back as Zavernyuk will turn it over in the slot. Ben Ivey shoots, and a save made by Winicky. 3:32 to go in the first. Looks like both teams will make a change here. Third line coming out for Lone Star. Fourth line out there for the Wranglers as Luke Morris will take this draw against Connor Bergeron. Morris did score a goal in last Friday's game over at NITEC Sports Center. As Lone Star wins the draw. Hampstead along the left wing wall will lift it out to center. Tapped in off the stick of Tess. Colin Doherty, the first man on it. Behind McDonough. Doherty trying to muscle away Tess, and he does. Left point, Emmons throws it towards the goal, and it glances off a man and goes behind the goal line. Now back out in front, swept away by Jeffers. Dangerous play there, as I don't think McDonough knew where the puck was. Goes back down into the Brahmas zone. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Left wing, Tess. Skates aside, Morley Phillips gains the red line. Now Wranglers blue, left side Hampstead across. Pass off the stick of James, and he will fire it wide. Phillips backhands it to Morris. Puck up for grabs in front of the scorer's table. Jeffers finds Chunchikov at the center ice logo. He will lift it down. Second line comes out for the Wranglers. A zap on the forecheck. Papaspropoulos to find a man in the middle. Brahmas snuff it out and go the other way. James right side, but Brahmas are offside with 2:24 to go in the first. Shots are 12-10 in favor of the Wranglers. This draw will be on the near side of the neutral zone across from the Wranglers bench. Zadvernyuk and Zapp will battle here. Good to have Zapp back in the lineup. He's the team leader in points with 20. Tied with Pukinen in that department. And also pretty good in the face-off circle. As play goes into the far corner of the Wranglers zone. Puck battle won by Amarillo. Zapp has to find Pukinen up ahead. Instead, the Brahmas fire. Save made by McDonough. Rebound chance. Borak tries to pull a slick move and put it in. Another save by McDonough. Right point to left point. Keskintepi throws it on the shin of McRoberts, and it goes wide. Zapp picks the pocket of Kerr. Wranglers go the other way. They might have numbers if they hurry. Potential 3-on-2. Zapp, right wing. Papaspropoulos towards the slot. Shooting, and it's snared out of the air by Winicky. No rebound. 1:42 to go in the first. Fans getting loud here. Late stages of the first period. Jack Ivey will take the straw against Brock James to the left of Winicky. Jack wins it, gets it to Jack McDonald. Fires it towards the goal. It's blocked by James. He will skate it out of his own territory. Bank it off the wall. Down deep for McDonald. Wranglers work the puck along the near side boards. Corralled by Murakami. Goes below the goal line. Puck bouncing is snapped up by McDonough. Stops the clock with 1:18 to go in the first. Bergeron and Papaspropoulos in the face-off circle, or make that McNaughton. As Brahmas win the draw, point to point, Murakami up to the line for Atiri. Left side, Tess tries to stretch out for that pass, a little too far ahead of him. Wranglers pick it free and go the other way. Snuffed out by the Brahmas, up for grabs in the neutral zone. Wranglers shoulder a man off it, and a huge hit by Gerhard on Bergeron in open ice. Stepanek trying to drive towards the goal. Let the puck roll off his stick. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Left side, Atiri gains the Wranglers zone, drops off for Tess. Gerhard with the defensive stick in the way, knocks it back out to center. Finds Doherty. He gains the red line. Whistles it around towards the far side wall. Zapp there to meet it. Cluster of Brahmas on him. No problem as he drifts it towards the back of the cage. Pukinen to the left point for Doherty. Across, McRoberts fires, and a glove save by Winicky with 18.2 seconds to go in the first. And afterwards, convergence of players. Zapp has some words for Antti Atiri. final game of the season series. One of those things where if you're going to say something, do something, you better get it out of the way now, because this is it. Unless these two teams find a way to meet each other in the playoffs, the final meeting of the season. Offensive zone draw here for the Wranglers. Zapp will take it. As Keskentepe from behind his own cage will whip it up towards the point. It'll go by Doherty and Kerr and roll towards the back of the Wranglers zone. Leaders digging for it in the far corner as time expires on the first period. So after 20 minutes of play, it'll be the Brahmas 1 and the Wranglers nothing. Lone goal coming from Ivan Zadvernyuk. 11:48 to go in the period. Assist going to Justin Kerr and Matthias Borak. Only one penalty in the first frame. Morley Phillips got 2 minutes for boarding. Wranglers go 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. That's the story so far. As we look ahead towards the first intermission report, we'll recap the first period of play, some scores from around the league, and talk some shop as we're having some fun on a Saturday night at the Budweiser Bull Pen. We'll be back in a couple minutes here on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome into the first intermission report from the Budweiser Bull Pen. Is after 20 minutes of play, The Lone Star Brahmas lead the Wranglers 1-0 on a goal from Ivan Zadvernyuk, from Justin Kerr and Matthias Borak. One of those plays that the Wranglers would like to have back. Costly turnover, the far circle of their own zone, kind of between the circles. Ends up going the Brahmas' way. They're able to put it home. Zadvernyuk pestering the Wranglers that were in the area. They're able to fire it in the back of the net. One of those plays where you understand that these guys are still learning. Plays like that are going to happen, and the only way you get better from them is looking at the mistakes you made and learning from them. And that's certainly a learning moment for the Wranglers as look to bounce back here. There's plenty of time to do it as we look ahead towards the second period. That Zadvernyuk goal was the only goal of the game in the first period, and only one penalty was committed in the first frame, as the Wranglers went 1-for-1 on the penalty kill. So the PK unit starting off on the right foot, getting the kill, as Wranglers in the first period put up 14 shots on the board, out shooting the Brahmas by 1, who have 13 through the first period of play. So that trend continues. The Wranglers are a step in the right direction, as the Wranglers had 18 shots last night, already got 14 on the board. So vast improvement from what we saw last night, and especially when the Wranglers came out and really had their A game, especially without 3 of their top players in the lineup, missing Kyle DeMarco, Nolan Gagnon, and Roman Zapp. Zapp has since returned from his suspension. He is playing here tonight. He's back on that second line with Pukinen and Papaspropoulos. The Wranglers still without the services of Nolan Gagnon for at least one more game, as he's still serving the second game of his 2-game suspension. It looks like we got some dancers out there for the first intermission festivities. They're doing some backflips, and oh boy, I could never do that. Oh no, my sister can. Both of my sisters are pretty good gymnasts. Well, they're not gymnasts, but they're good dancers. They can do that kind of acrobatics and stuff, but not me. Oh boy, that's why I'm up here in the booth. I can't do that kind of stuff, as they're flipping and twisting and all sorts of things down there as the first intermission report wears on. Wranglers still looking for that first goal of the game, and it's pretty significant because it's Teddy Bear toss night. Everybody wants to see those Bears go over the glass. We've got a pretty good crowd here at the bullpen on a Saturday night. Everybody eager to throw those Bears over the boards. Look at the Wranglers lineup and look and see who you think might get that first goal of the game for Amarillo. A lot of really good guys throughout the lineup that could get the job done. Really like the way that the Ivy twins have played through the first period in this game. Of course, you got Roman Zapp returning to the lineup, who is tied with Pukinen for the team lead in points, as Zapp and Pukinen both have 20 on the year. If Zapp scores, it would be his 10th on the season, as he would join Jack Ivy in the double-digit club. So perhaps it could be Roman Zapp. Topi Pukinen, always a prolific scorer, although he has been quiet over the last couple of games. See if he can break his scoreless skid. Papaspropoulos almost had a highlight reel goal last night. Oh my goodness, he had a toe drag move, was able to burst in towards the low slot, tried to cut into the left and go back to his forehand on Rolovs, who was able to get a pad on it to make the save. But oh my goodness, if he was able to pull that off, you can see that on SportsCenter Top 10 the following night. Papaspropoulos always dangerous when he has the puck on his stick. He's my pick to get that first goal of the game for the Wranglers. Seems like he's about due, although he did pick up an assist last night, so he's trending in the right direction. Although, you look at that third line, and you can't disregard Connor McNaughton by any means, having a career year so far, as he's always a good pick to get that first goal of the game. Look at that fourth line. We had a pretty good outing out at NYTEX Sports Center last weekend. Tommy Chunchikov and Luke Morris each had a goal in the 2-game set against Lone Star last weekend. Not a bad pick there. A couple guys that are still looking for their first goal as Wranglers. Alex Stepanek and Morley Phillips. Maybe they're due. You look at the blue line. Troutwine, third game as a Wrangler. He's been logging a lot of minutes. One shot is all it takes. You know what? Maybe we'll go off the board. Maybe TJ Ritchie gets his first goal as a Wrangler. What a memorable first goal that would be. First goal in the league and first as a Wrangler, and you got Teddy Bears raining down. What a moment that would be. Be a cool moment for TJ Ritchie. Maybe he's the one who gets it done. I don't know, a lot of really good picks. I've made mine. You can make sure pick to click over in our YouTube comments section on our live chat, As we're having some fun here on a Saturday night. We're still looking for that first goal that'll send the Teddy Bears flying. We come back on the first intermission report. Look at some scores from around the league as it's a busy night in the North American Hockey League. Some big games at stake that can determine the standings at the conclusion of the night. A lot of moving parts. We'll get to it right after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the first intermission report from downtown Amarillo as we pop in and check in on the out-of-town scoreboard, see what's going on around the rest of the league. Busy night in the North American Hockey League as we check in on some other South Division score action. As it looks like battle going on over in Shreveport between the Warriors and the Mudbugs. Mudbugs currently sitting second place in the division. That game is tied at a scoreless game, 0-0. Top of the second period from Shreveport, so keep an eye on that one. Warriors right behind the Wranglers in the standings. Over at Ector County Coliseum, the Odessa Jackalopes looking to win their fourth game in a row. On track to do so as they are currently up 3-1 over the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Odessa getting goals from Cameron Dunn, Theodore Manlove, and Michael Kadlasik. Through 20 minutes of play, Wranglers will see the Jackalopes next weekend for a 3-game set over at Ector County Coliseum. And then, just kicking off over at El Paso County Event Center, got the Ice Wolves and the Rhinos. That game about 3.5 minutes old as it is currently scoreless between El Paso and New Mexico. Two teams also jockeying for some positioning in the South Division. So we pop in and take a look at the standings. And of course, you got Lone Star at the top, 46 points on the year, 10 in front of Shreveport, who was 36 in second place. El Paso in that third place spot with 32. Wranglers in fourth with 31. Warriors with 30 in fifth. And then you go to New Mexico in sixth with 29, but knocking on the door, the Odessa Jackalopes, 26 points on the season. Don't count them out. I think that they had a pretty tough spending a lot of the first part of the season on the road. Now they're getting some home games together, and lo and behold, they're stringing together some wins, as they'll be a tough opponent next weekend for the Wranglers in what looks to be a pretty crowded and contested South Division. As the Wranglers coaching staff is pointing out time and time again, every point counts. You want to make your most of every night, and so even you do only come away with 1 point, hey, point is a point. That's kind of the thinking for the Wranglers last night with three of their best players out in the lineup. Kind of just sit there and say, well, we took the best team in the league to overtime and came away with a point out of it. Not too bad, as they look to get the full 2 points here tonight against the Lone Star Brahma team that has won 7 games in a row. And they're led in goal by a pretty excellent tandem in Deeves Rolovs and Jack Winicky. As Lone Star this season is led behind the bench by Dan Wildfong. Wranglers by Ryan Anderson, who is in his first season behind the bench as head coach of the Wranglers. Anderson directing his team to a 13-9-5 record with 31 points on the season, as this is game number 28 for the Wranglers this season, 31 for the Brahmas. So you think about the Brahmas being right at that halfway mark for their season. This game actually marks the beginning of the second half of their campaign. They play the most games out of any team of the division, but they're winning those games. And really, that's all that matters. For the Wranglers, you got a few games in hand, but you also would like to win those games. Especially want to come away with wins against really good opponents like Lone Star. You also want to come away with wins on home ice, as really whenever you have a home game, you want to win those games. Wranglers so far, when they're the home team, 8-3-2. They're 5-3-2 in this building. 2 of those wins coming, 6-3-2. 2 of those wins coming at the NHL Showcase in Blaine, Minnesota. So Wranglers 6-3-2 in this building, looking to a 7 wins here in the Budweiser Bull Pen. Have some work to do as they are down by 1 entering the second period of play. We come back on the first intermission report. We'll preview the second period a little bit more, as got a band to my right playing some pretty good music, almost college style. Good atmosphere here in the building on Teddy Bear Toss night in Amarillo. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen, and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Can I turn you up?
Welcome into the first intermission report, where we have a special guest to my left. Got number 19 for the Wranglers, wearing the A on his sweater, Nolan Gagne. Nolan, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, my friend, as we are having some fun on a Saturday night. So your first season with the Wranglers, what do you think so far?
I absolutely love it here. It's a great place, great atmosphere. The boys are awesome, and just everyone around here is so nice. Everybody's so supportive. I can't say one bad thing about over here.
So you got the A on your sweater. What's it like leading these Wranglers teams so far this season?
You know, classic cancer, man. Like, without these guys, you know, that's not possible. Yeah, obviously I've been in junior for quite a while. It's my 5th year playing junior. I have some experience, but I mean, it's just an honor. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So your first season with the Wranglers, going pretty good. You lead the team in assists. Seems like you're pretty good at moving the puck along the blue line. What are you seeing so far this season?
Well, it's easy to get assists when you have guys that can put it in the back of the net. So makes my job easy. I can't complain. You know, we've tried some new things over since like the start of the year, and so far so good. So I can't complain.
You're doing pretty good so far this season. Seems like you're also handling a lot of responsibilities on the blue line, logging a lot of minutes, kind of quarterbacking that power play. As we head into the second period, Wranglers down by 1. What do you think head coach Ryan Anderson is saying to the boys right now?
I was in there for intermission. Top secret stuff, can't say.
Top secret, all right. Is he the kind of guy that would give a pep talk right now?
Oh yeah, no. He's a great guy. He's really good at motivating us, and you know, he really knows his hockey too. So I think the boys are gonna come out here flying.
It's a big second period in store. Tough team to beat in the Lone Star Brahmas. You've been around the town a little bit, about midway through the season. What's your favorite thing to do around here so far?
Favorite thing to do? Well, we don't really have that much time to go out, obviously. We're busy around the rink. I love my billets. They're so fun to hang out with. Shanna Jet and David Jet and the little guy Hunter. Favorite thing to do? I don't know. I like that big movie theater there. I forget what it's called.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever been to that. What's it? Are you talking about the? Oh, I can't remember the name either.
It's
oh
like
my goodness.
It's an arcade place, movie place. It's a pretty awesome place to be.
What is it? Like Synergy?
Yes.
Synergy. There you go. There See, where I'm from, they call that Fat Cats.
Oh, there you go.
It's like the same deal, but it's like that 3-in-1 where you got the movies, bowling, like all that stuff.
No, it's a fun place to be.
You bowl a decent game?
Yeah. If you ever want to play, you know, let me know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not the greatest myself, but I can hang in there.
There you go.
In there. Yeah.
Be a good game, because I'm not too good either.
All right, so we're having fun on a Saturday. What do you think of this band so far here?
Oh, I'm jealous. I don't see it from the ice right now. They're really playing well. I love it. You know, it's college vibes, and you know, nothing gets you more fired up than seeing a band in the crowd.
Oh yeah. And you're from Canada, right? So
yeah.
Coming down here to the States, what's it kind of been like? Is it a little bit different here, the style of play that you're used to from junior to NHL hockey?
Yeah, no, junior here is definitely. We don't see these crowds on a Saturday night. I'll just say that. But you know, atmosphere. I'm from a little small town as well, and a rural town, and it's kind of similar outside of the rink, but inside of the rink, no, it's nothing like back home. I love it so much here.
Well, it's a pretty good atmosphere here tonight. Fans are eager to throw those teddy bears.
Yes.
As it is teddy bear toss night. Did you check out the holiday market over on the concourse?
I didn't. No, not yet.
Oh, they got some good stuff going on down there, mate. You might have to pop in there next intermission.
I for sure will.
As we're having some fun here. Good atmosphere, good crowd, good festivities as the Wranglers come out for the second period. Nolan, thanks for hopping on the intermission report.
Right on.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And best of luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. Thank
Nolan
you.
Gagne, Wranglers alternate captain this season, leads the team in assist on the year. He'll be back in the Wranglers next game. As we thank you for having him. And one more to go, and then he's back. So we thank him for hopping on the show as we move in towards the start of the second period. Wranglers with some work to do as they are back out on the ice, as are the Lone Star Brahmas. Lone Star will skate from right to left, Wranglers from left to right, as you see it on NATV. As Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni back out on the bench for the Wranglers. Anderson, the former associate head coach of the Lone Star Brahmas, now battling one of his closest friends, Dan Wildfong, head coach and general manager of the Brahmas. Wranglers looking to steal one more game here in the season series before they head off to Odessa next weekend. Brock James will take the draw for Lone Star. Roman Zapp for Amarillo. So Wranglers starting that second line out here to begin the second period. And away we go for second period action. As the Wranglers win the opening draw, Papaspropoulos tries to flip it up ahead for Zapp. Brahmas get in the way of it. Puck battle in the neutral zone. Bouncing around like a ping pong ball, finally settled down by Lone Star. Right side, Masick gains the blue line, tries to fire it towards the goal. It's directed away by McDonough. Delayed penalty here as Winicky goes off. Brahmas are going to get their second power play opportunity of the game as Amarillo touches up. So just 26 seconds into the second period, Wranglers head to the penalty kill. It'll be Papaspropoulos, 2 minutes for a high stick. They'll send the Brahmas back to the power play. Wranglers get an early clear here as they force the Brahmas to start from behind their own net. Atiri, an open space along the right wing wall. Just to drop it off for James, drifts back to Kerr. As Bergeron wraps it down low. Colin Doherty will fish the puck free and send it all the way back down for another clear. 30 seconds burned off the penalty. Brahmas have to regroup. As it once again will be Atiri on the charge. Gains the red line, forced to backtrack as Jack Ivey was hot on his tail. Kerr gains the Wranglers zone around the right side. Centers one, blocked away by Jefferson, drifted towards the far side wall. McDonald at the half wall, banks it off to the right point for Atiri. Across, Borak for James at the near half wall. Now back to Borak. Atiri, a blast. Well, not really, as it shanked off his stick at the last moment. He was looking for that one-timer as it goes below the goal line. Brahmas cycle it a little bit more to the left point for Borak. Drops down low. Borak to the left point for Atiri. Across, James. Atiri once more. Back to James. All right, looking to go across. Wranglers going to stick in the way. Brahmas keep possession. Connor McNaughton in the area, drives the puck free, gets it to Jeffers in an open space, tries to fire it down. McDonald in the area prevents him from doing so. Hampstead to the left side, at the circle, James stops, Hampstead, a blast! And it goes out of play. McDonough got a piece of it, directed it out, stops the clock with 22 seconds to go on the Brahma power play. .204 gone in the second period. Shot count tied at 15. Neutral zone draw won by the Wranglers. They will whip it down. Winicky slows it. Handling it is Murakami. Waning moments of the Brahma power play. McDonald gains the red line. Now Wranglers blue. Chops it down low. Troutline contesting it. Gets in the way. Pokes it free. And Zapp has it. Papaspropoulos out of the box. Zapp flying into the Brahmas zone. Zapp shooting pad save. Winicky swept aside by the Brahmas. And back down to the Wranglers zone. It's a race for the puck. Troutline gets there. Icing on the Brahmas. Troutwine turned on the Jets and beat out Anthony Capello for that icing. Will be an offensive zone draw for the Wranglers. Early stages of the second period. Looks like the Wranglers, with Zap with the puck on his stick, exiting his own zone, was looking for Papaspropoulos fresh out of the box, but the Brahmas doing a good job of locating Papaspropoulos, not letting the Wranglers connect for that stretch pass. Zap has to keep the puck himself as he works into the Brahmas zone. Draw one by the Wranglers. Ben Ivy centers it, goes to the slot. Cooper fires, save made, rebound chance, pops up in the air, and we get a stoppage with 17:13 to go in the second. Brahmas get a change as Winnicky will tune up his helmet a little bit, put it back on. And this next draw appears to be to his left. Near circle of the Brahmas zone as you see it on NATV. Ben Ivy will take it against Brock James. Puck rolls into the slot. Brahmas are able to fish it free and work it out to center. James with speed down the left wing wall. Stops at the top of the circle. Finds Masick on the trailing pass. Brahmas trying to work the puck around. Wranglers making it difficult as they're able to pick it back out to center. James across for Masick. Gains the blue line. Rifles it around to the near corner. Jeffers meets it. McDonald's able to shimmy it away to the line. Rizzo back for McDonald. Twist towards his backhand. In the right circle. Drops it down low for James. Around the net he goes. Turning, shooting, and a save made by McDonough. He's able to get just enough of it to make the save. Left side Colin Doherty will get it out to center. McDonald across. Connects with Jack Ivy. Drop pass Ben Ivy. Fires and scores! Ben Ivy sends the Teddy Bears flying over the glass. Wranglers have tied it up at 1. And there you have it. Stuffed animals flying from all directions as the Wranglers tumble over the bench and meet at center ice. Everybody congratulating Ben Ivy for scoring the game-tying goal, and the goal that most importantly sends those Bears out of the laps of Wranglers fans and onto the ice. For Ben Ivy, his Teddy Bear goal will be his 7th of the season, and it comes from his twin brother Jack Ivy, who picks up point number 20 on the season. Now it's a 3-way tie for the team lead in points between Jack Ivy, Topi Pukkanen, and Roman Zapp. And Jack McDonald also picks up an assist on that goal, his 13th of the year. As we still got Bears flying over the ice. Everybody off the bench for the Wranglers trying to pick up any Bear they can, as it all goes to a good cause. All donations will benefit the Amarillo Angels Foster Care Foundation. And some kids will be getting some new toys for Christmas. All goes to a good cause. As they're out there picking up the Bears. They got a, look at this, they got a truck out there. Oh, there's so many Bears that they have to bring out a truck. They got a Toyota Tundra at center ice. They're gonna put them in the back of the truck. And even then, that might not be enough. As special night here in Amarillo, Ben Ivy gets the Teddy Bear goal. So if you picked Ben Ivy to get that first goal of the game for the Wranglers, You are correct. As looks like we got Ruff, the mascot, out there helping pick up some bears. Everybody in a Wranglers uniform out there. Connor McDonough shoveling passes up towards center ice. We got Roman Zapp with a massive purple stuffed animal over his head. Good stuff here at the bullpen. Wranglers leading the shot count 18-15. Papaspropoulos juggling a ball on his stick. Not sure where that ball came from, but it is out there, and so many more stuffed animals. They're still piling them into the back of this truck. And still, we've got some more bears tumbling over the ice. So the Wranglers tie the game up at 1 on the goal from Ben Ivy, his 7th of the year. Ben Ivy now has 18 points on the season as he wears the C on his sweater for the Wranglers. That first line gets the job done for the Wranglers. How about Jack McDonald? Now has 2 points in his last 2 games. Picked up the assist last night on the Jeffers goal. Picks up the secondary assist here on the Ben Ivy tally. So Jack McDonald now on a 2-game point streak. As now they're just finally finished up clearing off those teddy bears. That Toyota Tundra will maneuver around in the Wrangler zone. Head off towards the tunnel with a bed stuffed to the brim, a little bit overflowing of donations for the Amarillo Angels Foster Care Foundation. And so off the truck goes. That'll end our stoppage. With the Wranglers tying the game up at 1, they will now look to get the next goal of the game and take the lead. .16:22 to go in the second period. We're back to live action as Connor McNaughton will take the center ice draw against Connor Bergeron. Draw 1 by the Wranglers. Troutwine from his own zone goes D to D. McRoberts to the neutral zone. Off the skate of Stepanek. Loose puck jarred back towards the Wranglers as Troutwine with his head up. Looks for McNaughton, who gets shoved down to the ice. Puck bounces back towards the Wranglers defense. McRoberts up ahead, connects with McNaughton. Gerhard over the attacking line. Twists it down behind Winicky. To the neutral zone. Jeffers gains center red. Rifles it around towards the far side wall. McNaughton pinching down. Stepanek in the area. Wranglers here trying to peel the puck free, but instead it's Tess to Hampstead in the neutral zone. The Brahmas will send it towards Amarillo ice. Stepanek in the neutral zone. Being back-checked by Bo Kralovic. In the neutral zone. Brahmas come away with it. Left side, Kralovic shooting, and a save made by McDonough on that chance. .15:21 to go in the second period. Wranglers tied the game up on Ben Ivy's teddy bear goal. just moments ago. Wranglers still leading the shot count 18-17. This straw will be in the Wranglers zone to the right of Connor McDonough. Luke Morris will take this straw for the Wranglers, and got 3 men crowding the slot for Amarillo. Morris wins the draw. Nobody behind him, though, as Kralovic is able to step in and get possession of the puck. He'll swing it around towards the far side wall, met there by the Wranglers as Chunchakov finds Morris in open space. Left side, Phillips shoots, and a glove save by Winicky. That shot had some speed on it from number 21 in white, looking for his first goal as a Wrangler. But Jack Winicky was able to make the stop, keep this game tied up at 1. First line back out there for the Wranglers. Ben Ivy against Zavernyuk in the far circle of the Brahmas zone. Ivy towards the goal. Shot saved made by Winicky. Rebound chance goes through the blue paints. Left point, Doherty whips it towards the goal, and it's directed wide. Right side, Jeffers below the goal line for McDonald. On his backhand, works his way to the circle. Centering pass broken up by Lone Star, and they will work it back out to center courtesy of Justin Kerr. Skates it in towards the Wranglers zone. Right side attack as he drives towards the net. Poke check McDonough as it goes below the goal line, and the Wranglers lift it back out to center. Good chances on both ends of the ice as Jack McDonald goes D to D, and now Doherty. Forward pass off the skate of Ben Ivy goes towards the Brahmas defense, where Atiri will send it along the left wing for Justin Kerr. He gets pinned up against the boards. Borak will poke it below the goal line for James. He will skate out along the left wing. Shot there, fired off the shoulder of McDonough. Up the line, Emmons a try, paddled aside by McDonough and into the netting for a stoppage a little under 6 minutes into the second period. Draw to the right of McDonough. Shot count now reading 21-20 in favor of the Wranglers. Wranglers this season only average about 25 shots a game, and they're well on pace to break that mark, which is impressive considering Lone Star allows one of the lowest amount of shots per game out of any team this season. Battle for it in the near corner of the Wranglers zone. Brock James will come away from the pile. Tries to send it back the other way. The Brahmas see the puck bounce towards the slot dangerously. McDonough there on high alert to poke check it away. Far half wall of the Wranglers zone. Bodies converge. Jeffers slides it along to Troutwine, who will pop out on the opposite wall and pitch it back out the center. Brahmas from the neutral zone. Try and play it forward. Takes a Wranglers hop. They will look to start the attack. Gonna have to retreat back into their own zone, though, as Lone Star was ready on that first try. Right side, Troutwine whips it down into the Brahmas zone. Lone Star again quick to sniff it out. So they will go back onto the attack, courtesy of Matt Hamstead. Centering pass goes astray. No Brahma was there. Wranglers back out at center. Papaspropoulos takes a hit, but not before he dishes it forward. The Brahmas will dump it down for an icing with 12:47 to go in the second period. That's something that happens a lot when we see the Wranglers and the Brahmas match up, is those plays where got a lot of contested pucks in the neutral zone. You kind of see possession exchange back and forth, as these are two teams that play similar styles. Of course, it's easy to understand why when you realize that Ryan Anderson comes from the Dan Wildfong coaching tree. Offensive zone draw won by the Wranglers. Ritchie across. Cooper shoots. Blocked by Lone Star, and they will pitch it up along the wall, but not out. Ritchie's able to glove it down and send it deeper. Emmons to the right point. Gerhardt there to pinch it and hold it. At the line, Ritchie controls. Ritchie shoots, and it goes wide. Winicky might have gotten a piece of it. As below the goal line, Tess will skate it free. As he will look to pitch it up ahead for Hampstead. And now, with help from Emmons, the Brahmas will go up ice. Cooper finds Ritchie below the Wrangler goal line. Around towards the far side wall. Puck battle on the half wall. Everybody trying to get a piece of that puck as Ingles whips it on goal. McDonough makes the save, and the Wranglers are able to swat it away. Borak into the Wranglers zone. He'll shoot, save by McDonough. And he is quick to pounce on it and freeze with 11:51 to go in the second period. McDonough so far stomping 21 of 22. Winicky 22 of 23. So another goaltending battle here tonight. Last night it was Dees Rolovs against Connor McDonough. Tonight it is Winicky against McDonough. McDonough getting the nod on the second game of the back-to-back. Defensive zone draw won by the Wranglers. They'll play it down towards the Brahmas zone. Icing on Amarillo now with 11:44 to go in period 2. Draw to the left of McDonough, far circle of the Wrangler zone. James against Ben Ivy at the dot. Draw won by Ben Ivy. He will control from his own zone. Lift it for McDonald at the red line. Looking to cross for Jeffers in open space as Jeffers spins at the near half wall. Drives it deep for McDonald. On his backhand, centering feed. Glanced off the stick of Jack Ivy. Jack Ivy to the left point for Doherty. He will fire, and it goes high and wide. Near corner, Zap on his backhand. Twists deep. Gets hauled down. Wranglers want to call, and they're not going to get it. As we still play 5-on-5. Behind the net, James controls. Left point, Doherty takes a fire at it, and it's blocked by Atiri. Stretch pass connects with Owen Kerr. He'll fire, and it goes high and wide. Left side, McDonald dishes it to Kerr in the near corner. Backhands it behind McDonough. Nobody there but a Wrangler as they look to get out of their own zone. Right point, McDonald pinches it deep. Now Jack McDonald for Amarillo. Up ahead, looking to connect with Roman Zapp on a stretch pass, but he was just a step ahead. He's offside with 10:42 to go in the second. Draw comes back into the Wranglers zone. To the right of McDonough. Luke Morris will take this draw and win it. Get it to McRoberts. Play rides up along the near side boards. Centering pass goes to Troutwine. And he will bank it off the wall back down to the Brahmas zone. Another icing on Amarillo here. So again, it'll be Luke Morris taking this draw. Again, Wranglers crowd 3 men in the slot. As Morris wins the draw again. McRoberts slams a man up into the near corner. Morris trying to pick the puck free away from Bergeron, and he does. Lone Star gains possession at center ice. Bergeron drop pass. James towards the middle, and it's swept away by McDonough. Keskentepe on the forecheck, trying to get possession back. Luke Morris, having other ideas, directs it into the far corner and kicks it to McRoberts behind the Wranglers' cage. Ingles and Phillips battle along the near side wall. Blake goes below the goal line. Fishing it free is Hampstead. Morris right on his tail as they will joust for the puck. Up against the end wall. Puck is loosened free. And now the battle goes into the corner. To far corner of the Wranglers zone. Troutwine jars it free. Shot from Kerr as the puck went into the high slot. It's stopped by McDonough. Left side chance for Emmons. Never saw McDonough as Luke Morris is able to pick it off and sky it back out to the Brahmas zone. Lone Star will dump it down with 9:09 to go in the second period. McRoberts finds Troutwine. Up along the far side wall for Chunchikov. He will connect with Morris, who skates it out the center. Into the Brahmas zone, Luke Morris backhands it in. He's due for a change, and on comes the Wranglers' second line. As the Brahmas dump it down to McDonough. Takes a hop and goes to Jeffers in the far corner. Justin Kerr will backhand it back towards that corner from the right point. Troutwine along the right wing. Connects with Zapp at center ice. He gains some speed. Left side, Papaspropoulos gaining the circle, but it's offside on the Wranglers. Late whistle on that call. It'll shut things down with 8:33 to go in the second period. Does not take Zapp very long or very far for him to start gaining some speed, as it seems like in that gap from the red line to the blue line, he can go from 0 to 100 really quickly. As he showcased that ability on that last sequence. His neutral zone draw is won by Lone Star. Lift it high into the air and into the far corner of the Wranglers zone. Colin Doherty will field it and send it to Jeffers. Jacob McDonald on his heels as forward pass goes Papaspropoulos' way. Now on the left wing, it's Zapp. Zapp around Murakami, around the goal. Zapp still with the puck. Finds Jeffers for a shot, and Winicky is able to locate that one and love it down with 8:07 to go in the second period. It's a 1-1 game here from Amarillo. Ben Ivy got the teddy bear goal to tie the game up at 1. We'll see if the Wranglers can get the next goal when we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to downtown Amarillo, where we're all knotted up at 1 with 8:07 to go in the second period. Wranglers have a slight edge in the shot count, 23 to the Brahmas 22, as the Wranglers will have an offensive zone draw to the left of Jack Winicky. Ben Ivy will take it against Ivan Zavernyuk. Brahmas crowding the slot, easy for me to say, as 4 men are in the slot for Lone Star. Zavernyuk does win the draw, and Antti Atiri will sky it out to center from the left corner of his own zone. Subsequently, Ben Ivy will make that Jeffers and dump it down below the Brahma goal line. Ben Ivy towards the slot. Jack Ivy there, but couldn't handle the pass in time as he gets crashed in on by Lone Star players. They get it back out to center. Once again, the Wranglers send it back in. Murakami, first man on it, but Jack Ivey right there with him. Murakami is able to lift it back into the Wrangler zone where Jeffers will get things started on the next Wrangler sequence. Ben Ivey connects with Jack Ivey at the Brahma blue line. He will bounce it in. Borak evades McDonald, finds Zavernyuk from his own zone. Zavernyuk starts a left wing breakout off the stick of Atiri. Brahmas with Kravalik on the forecheck. Are able to pinch it in, is on the right point. Keskentepe will drive it down deeper. Colin Doherty finds Jeffers. Quick breakout here for the Wranglers. Stepanek collects it at center ice. McNaughton has the puck hop over his stick. Wranglers do keep possession though. Stepanek is in the area. Drew Jeffers, the Michigan man, bounces it off the near sideboards. Looking to connect with Connor McNaughton, but the pass was offline. Puck tumbles into the Brahmas zone. They will quickly lift it out the center. Colin Doherty will whip it around towards the Brahmas zone. No icing here as Gerhard behind Winicky backhands one towards the slot, goes off a stick. Second chance try from Jeffers. And it goes off a body. McNaughton backhands it towards the near corner. Gerhard will race in and try and get a piece of it. Saxton Test is able to send it along to the far side wall. Held in at the left point by Cooper. McNaughton in the area as well. Tries to drive it towards the net. Instead takes a backwards bounce into the Wranglers bench. Stops time with 6:15 to go in the second period. Been a while since we last saw a shot. Shot count still reading 23-22. Couple of blocked shots on that last sequence. Draw to the right of Winicky. Morris against Bergeron at the dot. Battle for it off the draw. Gets kicked behind the Lone Star goal line. Wranglers trying to pinch to keep it in, but the Wranglers unsuccessful in that regard as Emmons will fire it into the Wrangler zone. High at the line, Emmons settles it down, flings it wide as he was looking for a tip in out in front. Far corner of the Wrangler zone. Rizzo behind the net, jarring with Mitro. Rizzo trying to escape from the pile. Hamstead there to try and help him out. Cooper and Mitro defending. Tess is able to get it on his backhand towards the near half wall. But still, Mitro trying to peel the puck away. Tess, strong on the puck, is able to work it up to the blue line where Rizzo will backhand it deeper. Caught by Cooper. Forward pass on time for Phillips. Goes around the defender, right circle, shooting, and a save made by Winicky. Rebound collected by Lone Star. McDonald, right side. James tries to toe drag towards the slot. Second chance, and they score on a bouncing puck. It's Brock James sweeping it by McDonough for a 2-1 lead. Well, that was a wacky goal. I don't know if McDonough really had a chance to react to that kind of play where the puck was kind of on edge and looked like it was going to go wide of the net. And at the last second on a bouncing puck, James is able to get his stick in there and redirect it into the back of the net. So tough break for the Wranglers, tough break for Connor McDonough. But it is a 2-1 game as Brock James will get the goal. His 11th of the season. Coming from Hamstead and Jacob McDonald. So Jacob McDonald on that assist now extends his 4-game point streak to a 5-game point streak. He now has 5 goals and 3 assists in his last 5 games. And he scored at least 1 point in all but 3 games this season, as he is playing in his 15th match of the season. Zap against James in the face-off circle. Zap wins it. Cooper with a shot. Make that McRoberts. Rebound chance for Zap. Puck is loose and they score! Topi Pukkanen gets the Wranglers back on the board. We're tied up at 2. Wacky play on one end of the ice leads to a Lone Star goal. Another wacky play on the other end of the ice leads to an Amarillo goal. In just 18 seconds after the Brahmas scored, the Wranglers respond as the fantastic Finn has done it again. Topi Pukkanen ties the game up at 2. As he's now the team leader in points with 21 on the season. Pukkanen picks up his 10th goal of the year. He joins that double-digit club in goals with Jack Ivey. And Roman Zap, actually, you know what? Zap picks up the secondary assist, so now it's a two-way tie for first place on the team in points. So spoke a little too soon. 21 points for each on the year. So Zap picks up the primary assist. McRoberts on the secondary assist. He has now points in back-to-back games. Wranglers looking for more. Jack Ivey fires off the shoulder of Winicky. Bouncing puck, settled down by McRoberts, and he'll shoot. And that one's gobbled up by Winicky as well. This time, no rebound. 4:43 to go in the second period. Tie game, 2-2. Draw to the left of Winicky. One by Lone Star. The retreat behind the cage. Quickly send it up along the far side wall. Wranglers quick to pounce on that. Bright free. Ben Ivey fires from the slot. And that one didn't miss by much, as it had enough heat on it to carry it back out to center. Wranglers buzzing here right now after the response with the Pukkanen goal. Troutwine behind the net, gets shouldered down by Kerr. Thunderous hit there. His left side, Hamstead looking for Tess in the slot. Bouncing puck gets directed towards the near side wall. Lone Star behind the net. Hamstead pops along to the line. Across, Keskentepi. Redirection out in front goes wide. Emmons was looking to tap it in. McDonald sparring in the far corner. Bergeron comes away with it. Shot from the circle, rides up the end wall. And the Wranglers' Ben Ivey is there to meet it along the near side walls. You get a puck battle here with 3:40 to go in the second. Left point, Bergeron holds it in. Across, Rizzo sliding down deep. Centering feed goes wide. We got a Wrangler down. It's Ben Ivey. And they blow the whistle. As afterwards, players come together. A couple of jabs. Ben Ivey up to one knee. That's a good sign. Now up to two. It looks like he will get up and now try and join the fray. And now Hamstead shoves Ben Ivey down at center ice. While everybody seems to have a dance partner. Some nastiness here in the late stages of the second period. And now they finally break up that scrum. You can almost put your money on a penalty coming out of that play. But we'll see, as they will hold a conference in front of the scorer's table. Good news for the Wranglers. Ben Ivey up and about. As he was checked down away from the play. Jack Ivey and Ray Murakami getting an explanation from the head official. Giancarlo is his name. And I will await what the call here is. So far, only 2 penalties in the game, both on the Wranglers. Wranglers 2 for 2 on the penalty kill here tonight. And so now, as we wait the official call, crowd is dulled down to a murmur. But looks like after all that, we're going to skate 5-on-5, nobody in the penalty box. So don't take any betting advice from me. No penalty on that play. As neutral zone draw goes the Brahmas' way, they will swing it down deep. Wranglers meet it. Jeffers up along the near side wall looking for Papaspropoulos. Brahmas get in the way of it. Point to point, right side Murakami. Trying to go around Pukinen, retreats towards the line. Murakami shoots! Tipped out wide by Brock James. It goes out of play with 3:04 to go in the second. Wranglers get new bodies out there. Draw beat to the left of McDonough. Far circle of the Wranglers zone. Connor McNaughton will take this draw for Amarillo. He's done a pretty good job in the faceoff circle so far this season for the Wranglers. He will duel with Bergeron at the dot. And McNaughton wins another one. It's Troutwine from behind his own goal line. Plays it off the wall for McNaughton. Up at the blue line, bodies come together. Stepanek corrals it in the neutral zone, and McNaughton goes down to the Brahmas zone as he gives chase. Murakami pries it free off the end wall. Left side attack here is Saxton Tess, gains the red line. Flips it in over the Wrangler blue, and Stepanek will be the first man on it. Left side, Tess flings it around towards the far side wall. Only man there was Troutwine. Pitch to the neutral zone. Takes a Wrangler hop and is fielded by Atiri in the Brahmas zone. Hampstead finds Murakami as he heads up ice. Getting the red line, now Wrangler blue. Murakami waddles his way into the far corner. Drops it off for Zavernyuk. He'll turn and shoot. And it's gobbled up by McDonough. No rebound. 2:09 to go in the second. Another draw to the left of McDonough. Looks like Brock James is going to take this draw for Lone Star. Seems like he's been doing that a lot recently for the Brahmas. Ben Ivey will be his opponent. James wins it. Keskentepe from the line fires, almost redirected in by James, who is lurking at the top of the blue paint. Left side, McDonald along the wall, goes around a defender. McDonald shoots, and a save made by McDonough. Bouncing puck goes below the goal line. Flips it up to the right point. Keskentepe towards the goal. Redirection out in front. Blocked by a Wrangler, and the play stops with 1:48 to go. You get a whistle here. Net has come off. Not sure if McDonough was able to get a pad on that or not. If it was blocked by a defender, looked like it might have been a defender in the paint that blocked that shot from going in. But either way, that's a big stop for the Wranglers on that last sequence, with the Brahmas knocking on the door. And that's something that we've seen over the last couple of sequences, where the Brahmas are getting moving parts in front of McDonough and trying to tip pucks by. As again, it's one of those nights where if McDonough could see it, he's going to stop it. Looks like Lone Star is looking for those tip-in sequences. Those set plays where you got moving parts in front of the net. Wranglers have to be weary of it. Puck goes towards McDonough off the draw. He will paddle it towards the far side wall. Ben Ivy skated out to center. Finds Jack Ivy. Left side, McDonald corrals it. At the line, has Jeffers streaking in, but they're going to say that's offside on the Wranglers, and I don't know about that. Crowd voices their opinion. That is a tight call. Eagle Eye linesman says that the puck went over the blue line. Wranglers fans disagree. I gotta say that I don't know. It was close, but it looked to me like Jeffers had kept that in, but what do I know? I'm not down at ice level. So it'll be a neutral zone draw here. Offside on the Wranglers. 1:35 to go in the second. Second line out there for Amarillo. The Zavernyuk line out there for Lone Star. Brahmas win it. Wranglers harsh on the forecheck, try and scurry in and go after it. Puck does tumble out to center. Troutwine will meet it. Wranglers over the Brahma blue line now as the battle shifts along the boards into the Brahmas zone. Zap quickly flings it along to the far side, near side wall. Tested puck of the Brahma blue line goes Lone Star's way as Justin Kerr into Amarillo territory, loses it to Puukkonen. Wranglers quickly trying to fly up ice as Zap gains the attacking zone. Puck bounces on him. Lone Star is able to get a stick in the way and possess it at center. Puukkonen muscles a man off the puck. Papaspropoulos looking to go the other way. He gets shut down as James trying to scurry into the Wranglers zone. Met by Troutwine. He steals it off of his stick. McRoberts. Backhand pass off the stick of Puukkonen. Keskintepi fires in and out of the glove of McDonough and behind the goal line. Troutwine, backhand pitch to the neutral zone. Takes a hop off a stanchion as Lone Star trying to swat this bouncing puck. Seems like this puck has been on edge for the last couple of minutes. As it gets kicked up into the air, puck stops with 24.8 seconds in the second period. 2-2 from Amarillo. We're going to get a penalty here. Door to the Brahmas box is open. Awaiting the official word here. Too many men for Lone Star. Representative in the box will be Owen Kerr. So Wranglers with their first power play chance of the evening. With 24.8 seconds to go in the second period. So the Wrangler power play went 1-for-1 last night. See if they can get it done here again. Jeffers across. Puukkonen fires and it goes off a stick. And the Brahmas are able to pounce on it and get it back out the center. Jeffers backhands it back in deep. Love down by Ingles, and he will send it the distance for a clear. Jack Ivy through center, gains the blue line, dishes it towards his right for Puukkonen, across. McDonald looking for it, bouncing puck in the slot, and time expires on the second period. Wranglers will have 1:36 worth of power play time to kick off the third period. So after 2 periods of play, we're all tied up at 2. Same thing that we had last night. As it's the Wranglers 2 and the Brahmas 2 sets the stage for an exciting third period here from the Budweiser Bull Pen. Coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network, second intermission report will recap all the events of the first 2 periods, look ahead towards the third period, and take a peek at the standings and scores from around the North American Hockey League. It's a busy night here in Amarillo. We'll talk about it all coming up next in a few moments on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV, and YouTube. Welcome into the second intermission report, where we're all tied up at 2 after 2 periods of play. As it was the Brahmas striking first with the only goal of the first period, coming from Ivan Zadvernyuk, from Justin Kerr and Matthias Borak. Zadvernyuk now has points in his last 5 games. That was the goal that lifted the Brahmas to a 1-0 lead, a little under midway into the first period. Only one penalty was committed in the first period. That was against Morley Phillips. Wranglers were able to come away with the kill as we shifted towards the second period with Lone Star having a 1-0 lead. Wranglers, in the early stages of the second period, get a goal from Ben Ivey, 3:37 in. Jack Ivey and Jack McDonald to tie the game up at 1 and send teddy bears flying over the glass, as it is teddy bear toss night here in Amarillo. All the donations went to the Amarillo Angels Foster Care Foundation, and looks like a lot of kids are going to be having a lot of toys as Christmas gifts here this holiday season. It was quite a lengthy delay as they had to bring out a Toyota Tundra truck to haul all those teddy bears off the ice. And so certainly a special moment here at the Budweiser Bull Pen with all the bears flying over the boards. And so, game tied up at 1. Lone Star responds with 5:09 to go in the second period. Brock James picks up a goal from Hamstead and McDonald. Jacob McDonald now is on a 5-game point streak as well. That goal made it 2-1, but the Wranglers respond 18 seconds later when Topi Pukkanen potted a juicy rebound off the pads of Jack Winicky to tie the game up at 2, as Zapp and McRoberts earned the assists on the Pukkanen goal. Wranglers are 2 for 2 on the penalty kills so far tonight. They will have a minute and 36 seconds to work with of power play time to begin the third period, as the Brahmas were called for too many men on the ice with 24 seconds to go in the second period. Owen Kerr will serve that penalty for Lone Star. So, big third period ahead of us, and it's kind of in the same position that we were in last night here, where you got a 2-2 game after 2 periods of play. Shift your focus towards the third, and kind of just wonder what we're destined for here. As this is really your typical Wranglers game. It seems like over the last couple of games, every single game has ended in a similar fashion to this, where you're in the third period, you got a pretty tight game, and it seems like so far this season, the Wranglers come away with victories in this game, although last couple of times the games have been in this sort of fashion. The Wranglers have fallen in overtime, where they still pick up a point, but you would rather get the full 2. As the Wranglers this season are 11-2-5 in games decided by 1 or 2 goals. Only 2 of the Wranglers' 13 wins this season have come by a 3+ goal margin. Wranglers are 5-5 in overtime and 3-0 in the shootout. So when you have two teams that really like to play this style of game where you want to try and control what's in front of you, you want to try and control the game. Something that the Brahmas do really, really well is control the game, control the flow of the game, and kind of make their opponent play their style. Well, it seems like you got a clash of that here with the Wranglers, who, lo and behold, like to do the same thing, as Dan Wildfong and Ryan Anderson employ similar strategies here. So it would not surprise me at all if this game ended up going to overtime just like we saw last night. We talked about it at the top of the pregame. We'll mention it here again. Seems like these games with Lone Star and Amarillo, it's a race to 3. With 2 goals apiece on the board, that third goal is shaping up to be a pretty big one. And so if you're the Wranglers, it's almost imperative that you get that next goal, as this is a Lone Star Brahma team that you don't want to play catch-up against. You don't want to play up from behind against the Lone Star Brahmas, especially later in the game, like the third period. Seems like a lot of the matchups that we've seen against Lone Star so far this season have been pretty tight games entering the third period. And in a few of those games, the Wranglers let the game slip away from them in the third, as the Brahmas were able to jump out, get that next goal, and kind of shut things down, as the Brahmas really are able to control the game when they have a lead. So that's why it's important for the Wranglers to get that next goal. They got a pretty good chance to do it with a minute and 36 seconds of power play time to work with to start the second period. So it remains to be seen, but the Wranglers penalty kill on the right track, as they did go 1 for 1 last night. Talked about how big the special teams battle would be here tonight. Seems like there's not a lot of penalties, not as many as there were last night. But the Wranglers so far 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. They're able to get a power play goal out of this opportunity, which is their first of the evening. That would do wonders in the Wranglers' chances of coming away with a big 2 points and a victory here tonight on home ice. So, sets the stage for an exciting third period, as it's an excellent atmosphere here in downtown Amarillo. We got a college-style band to my right. Fans, of course, happy that they got to throw their teddy bears on the ice on the Ben Ivy goal. Big crowd here at the bullpen. A lot of festivities with the holiday market on the concourse. Teddy bear toss here tonight. Big evening here at the bullpen. The Wranglers would like to cap it off with a victory against their division rivals, the Lone Star Brahmas. When we come back on the second intermission report, we'll get some scores from around the league. It is a busy night in the South Division. A lot of big games here going on, a lot of points at stake. We'll see what's popping on the other side of the break. We'll be back in just a few moments on NATV and YouTube. Welcome back to the second intermission report, where we're all tied at 2, eagerly awaiting the third period here from Amarillo. Got about 4 minutes until third period puck drop, so let's take a look on what's happening around the league, because there's a lot of standings implications at stake. So you've got 3 other games going on in the South Division. Game going on over in Shreveport, 13:33 to go in the third period. Warriors and Mudbugs battling, and Shreveport has a 3-1 lead over the defending champs, as lone Oklahoma goal was scored by Caden Nelson. Mudbugs getting goals from Litchard, Deeb, and Haldenby to lift them up to a 3-1 lead. So if that score holds, the Warriors would stay behind the Wranglers no matter what the outcome of this game is, and the Mudbugs would gain some traction on the Lone Star Brahmas. We're currently sitting in first place. Over at Ector County Coliseum, ooh, tight one here as the Corpus Christi Ice Rays are battling back against the Jackalopes. Odessa with a 4-3 lead over the Ice Rays with 12:18 to go in the third period. Corpus Christi getting goals from Pearson Sobush, Max Tedestedt, and another one from Sobush. So 2 goals from Sobush as the Ice Rays within 1, as the Jackalopes getting goals from Cameron Dunn, Theodore Manlove, Michael Kadlasik, and Trevor Mitchell. So 4 different goal scorers for the Jacks in that game. Looks like that's a pretty good game going on over there. over in El Paso. Rhinos have a 4-0 lead over the Ice Wolves. That's a score to keep your eye on, as that one is in the late stages of the second period. We come back on the second intermission report. We'll have third period action here from the Budweiser Bull Pen. So don't go anywhere. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back as we're at the tail end of the second intermission report. Wranglers back out on the ice, as are the Brahmas. As we're tied at 2 entering the third period. Wranglers leading the shot count 30-27, and they have a $1:36 of power play time to work with as they look to take that 3-2 lead at the top of the third. Wranglers will skate from right to left, Brahmas from left to right, as you see it on NATV. Wranglers in their home white uniforms. It's a white jersey with red and blue striping, blue numbers, and blue lettering. Brahmas in a black jersey with white numbers, white shoulder yoke, and white lettering. This is the final meeting in the regular season between these two teams. Wranglers will head off to Odessa next weekend to take on the Jackalopes at Ector County Coliseum. 3 games set there. And afterwards, you got the Christmas break. And then New Year's Eve matchup with the New Mexico Ice Wolves right here in this building. Wranglers will start with their top power play unit. Puukkonen, the Ivy twins, Jack McDonald, and you got Drew Jeffers out there. Normally, Nolan Gagne will be in that spot, but he is still serving the final game of a 2-game suspension. So, opening draw won by the Brahmas. Tap it to Jeffers, and he'll get things started on the power play for the Wranglers at the top of the third period. Ben Ivy gains the blue line, loses a handle on it. Lone Star sweeps it out to center where it is corralled by Jack Ivy. As he will quickly re-enter, pitching it to his left for Puukkonen. Leaves it for Jeffers, left point. He'll survey and fire! Juggled by Winicky, and the puck is swept away towards the far side corner. Jack Ivy pinches to hold it in. Ben Ivy in the high slot, fires wide. McDonald from his knees trying to center it. It was off the side of the net, and Winicky will get a hand on it. Freeze it down 40 seconds into the third period. 56 seconds of power play time remaining for the Wranglers. Couple of really good looks there for the Wranglers on that opening sequence of the third period. On trots the second power play unit with a zap to take this draw against Brock James. And James wins it. Loose puck is directed behind the net. Zapp will pick it free and backhand it towards the left point for Colin Doherty. Right point, McRoberts. Down low, Papaspropoulos, quick pass to the line. Doherty shoots, blocked by James. Left side, Zap, across. Comes to Papaspropoulos, backhand chance through the blue paint. Up to the line, McRoberts fires, and that one's wide. Bounces to Winicky, and it's in! Wranglers score! What a crazy bounce! It's a power play goal! Unbelievable! And this goal is going to go to Henry McRoberts. What in the world? It looked like the puck went off the end wall. Maybe it bounced over the top of the net. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to get a replay to check it out. But it's Henry McRoberts on the power play. A minute and 5 seconds into the third. And it's his goal and his alone. No assists. So we're going to take a look at this. Pull out the iPad, see if everything's all right. But in the meantime, it is going to go to Henry McRoberts. And if this ends up standing, it would be his first goal in the North American Hockey League. So what a way that would be for him to get his first goal. And the Wranglers are celebrating. Henry McRoberts is going to get his first goal in the league. And they're hugging him and tapping him on the bench. Smiles all around for the Wranglers. Unbelievable. Wow. So congratulations to McRoberts. His first goal in the North American Hockey League is his second point of the night. It's a multi-point night for McRoberts. 1 goal and 1 assist. Troutwine off the draw, loses it to Owen Kerr. Brahmas bustle into the Wranglers zone. They're quickly shut down as Puukkonen skates it out the center. Now players converge at the blue line. Puck trickles down to the back end of the Wranglers zone. Zap will field it and drift along the right wing wall. Drop pass, Papaspropoulos carries it out the center. Off the wall, Puukkonen tries to return it to Zap. He stumbles over the puck. Brahmas quickly trying to tack the other way. McRoberts peels it free along the left wing wall. Wranglers will dump it down. Winicky will settle it. Atiri across for Murakami. He will send it deep. No icing as Zavernyuk wins the race against Jeffers. Colin Doherty knocks it off his stick. Rides it up along the far side wall. Jack Ivey exchanges with Puukkonen, although he has the puck roll off his stick in the neutral zone. Big hit here by Doherty on Justin Kerr as he was trying to enter the Wrangler zone. Amarillo going the other way as McDonald finds Jack Ivey. He will feed it below the goal line as Brahma's trying to take a couple whacks at it and get it out. Borak forced to retreat behind the cage. Bouncing puck settled down by Rizzo, and he will pitch it into the Brahmas bench. 17:36 to go in the third. So, what a wacky play on that last goal. Seems like the puck took a million bounces, and out of all of it, Henry McRoberts gets his first goal in the North American Hockey League. Spent a couple of games with the Brahmas last season, 6 to be exact. Also spent some time with the Texas Junior Brahmas. Comes over to the Wranglers this season. And in his 23rd game with the club, picks up goal number 1. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Draw won by the Wranglers. Gerhard fires wide. Quick shot off the draw. Was just a couple feet above the cage. On the end wall, bodies come together. Lone Star loosens it. Kicked by Bergeron and backhanded into the Wranglers zone. That'll be another icing on Lone Star. 17-16 to go in the third. Bergeron against McNaughton to the left of Winicky. Draw by one by the Wranglers. Gerhard, oh, he was looking to shoot it again, but the puck had other ideas and hopped over his stick and back out to center. Wranglers quickly pitch it back down again on the forecheck. Try and weasel it free. Instead, Saxton Tess will find Hamstead at center ice. He enters the Wranglers zone. Toe drag below the line, picked away by TJ Ritchie. Good read there. Brahmas juggle the puck at the line. Ingles finds Masick. He'll drift up to the right point, exchange with Ingles from the circle, shoots, and it's stopped by McDonough. No rebound. And after the whistle, we get another scrum as players come together. Some pushing, shoving, everything of that nature. Gerhard gives a little shove to Masick. Meanwhile, you got Cooper tied up with the Brahma. Officials trying to break that apart. The Brahma in question was Max Hamstead. And now they'll sort it out, get everybody separated with 16:46 to go in the third. Wranglers leading the shot count 32-28. This has been a really impressive showing from the Wranglers here tonight. Solid step forward from the solid outing they had last night, where they came away with the overtime loss. You thought, it was a good effort. How can they improve on that? Well, 32 shots on the board, 3 goals against Jack Winicky. He's only averaging about a goal against a game. Good stuff so far from the Wranglers. As James, from the left corner of the Wranglers zone, drops it down low for McDonald. He'll poke it along, looking for a man in the area, Owen Kerr. Wranglers are able to knock it off of his stick, and Papasropoulos from center. Looking to find Zap, passes intercepted by James. Doherty from behind his own net, up along the left wing wall for Puukkonen. Gets met by Murakami. Weasels the puck free. Murakami behind the net. Centering feed is picked off by Papasropoulos. He gets directed towards the far side wall where he battles with McDonald. Papasropoulos will skate it free out at center, and ever so shiftily he'll bank it. Oh, look, like he's trying to bank it off the wall. Takes a hit from Kralovic in the process. That causes another scrum to happen as the puck went into the Wranglers bench. The Wranglers took offense to that hit from Kralovic on Papasropoulos. And now Murakami gets shoved down by Morris. Puukkonen gets bounced down to the ice by Capello. Looks like it's going to be a busy next couple of minutes for the officials. And they're still trying to break players apart. Bad blood here at the Budweiser Bull Pen. And still Capello barking words at Doherty and Puukkonen. Capello will go to the box. Papasropoulos already taken a seat. So the official word is 2 minutes to each for unsportsmanlike conduct. And so both guys will have a couple minutes to think about what they've done. Capello, the former teammate of Wranglers forward Jacob Miller, who is inactive tonight, but both from the same town in New York. Played together through the majority of their youth. Now on opposite sides here this weekend. As we're still 5-on-5 after all that. Wranglers off the neutral zone draw. Corral it as Ben Ivy banks it into the Brahmas zone. Borak quickly speeds along to the neutral zone. Up the ice he goes. Borak trying to split the D, and he gets shouldered away by McRoberts. Adds an excellent defensive play to his already impressive offensive night. McDonald the other way. Shoots, blocked by Atiri. Bouncing puck settled down by Jack Ivy. Finds McDonald, high slot towards the goal. Deflected wide as Ben Ivy was lurking in the area. Lone Star feeling the heat here as McDonald on the forecheck. Comes away with the puck, tries to center it, goes off a skate. And Justin Kerr will skate it out of danger. He will dump it down as Ben Ivy below his own goal line flings it to the neutral zone. Brahmas right back in as they wind it around towards the far side boards. McRoberts to center. Hampstead will start things up for the Lone Star Brahmas. As again, play goes behind the net. McDonough out to play it as he will work it up to Tommy Chunchikov. Right side, Phillips returns it to Chunchikov below the goal line. Brahmas able to escape that pile, backhand it from center, and that'll be an icing on Lone Star. 5.5 minutes into period 3. Shots are 32-28 in favor of the Wranglers. As they look to come away with 2 standings points against the top team in the South Division. Luke Morris will battle with Hampstead at the face-off circle to the left of Winnicky. Off the draw, Wranglers fire it wide. Left side boards, Mitro meets it. Chance for Chunchikov. Goes high and wide. Brahmas loosen it out to center. Cooper steps over the blue line. Couple of stick moves as he gets divorced from the puck. Right side, James flies into the Wranglers zone. Stickhandles to the middle, and a backhand chance is stopped by McDonough. Mark that save down. That's a big one to keep the Wranglers with the 1-goal lead. Behind the goal, Lone Star trying to center it, and they do, but the pass is intercepted by Phillips. They'll get it out to the center line for Puukkonen, who is jarred off the puck by Lone Star. Play goes into the near corner of the Wranglers zone. Now corner to corner, and it goes in open space. McNaughton will tap it off the boards for Morris. Puukkonen rumbles over the blue line, gets knocked off the puck by Ingles as he collides with Zapp at the Brahma blue line. Meanwhile, from the scorer's table, puck battle along the boards. Freed up by Lone Star. Ingles finds Kralovic at the red line. He will loft it in. Behind McDonough, Jeffers will pick it up. Finds Puukkonen up ahead. Across. McNaughton in the neutral zone. Looking to find Zapp the other way. Puck tumbles into the right corner of the Brahmas zone. McNaughton frees the puck, looking to return it to Zapp at the circle. Brahmas are able to get in the way and send it back out to Doherty. He gets knocked off the puck by Pyle. Doesn't escape any more danger though. McNaughton gets out the center and he gets tripped up. No call to be had. Brahmas send it down. McDonough plays it. Doherty whacks it out towards the Brahmas zone. Goes through a cluster of bodies. No icing on that play. Ben Ivy on the forecheck. Borak with it on his stick. Rizzo finds Kerr at center ice. Kerr down the right wing for Borak. Left side, Zavernyuk shoots, and it screeches wide. Held in at the right point by Murakami. He'll try and shimmy his way down along the far side, the near side boards. Draws a penalty in the process. It's going to be tripping on the Wranglers. And Brahmas going to head to the power play for the 3rd time tonight. Jack McDonald goes to the box trying to argue his case. Looks like he's going to need a better lawyer as they tell him, take a seat, buddy, and he will have to serve a 2-minute sentence. 12:16 to go in the third, so it's 2 minutes for tripping. Wranglers already 2 for 2 on the penalty kill here tonight. See if they can make it 3 for 3. Penalty kill unit for the Wranglers consisting of the Ivy twins, Troutwine and McRoberts. In the absence of DeMarco and Gagnon, McRoberts has seen big-time minutes, and what a game he has put together. Draw 1 by the Wranglers goes to Troutwine. With help from Ben Ivy, the Wranglers will send it down the distance and get an opening clear. Left side, Atiri finds Borak down the middle. He'll gain the blue line and chase after it behind the net. Brahmas up the left wing wall. Atiri finds Borak. Now back to Atiri at the left point. Cross for James, and we get a stoppage with 11:42 to go in the third. Clock is still rolling, so I'll have to get that figured out. But the net has come off, which is why we have that stoppage. And now players are pointing at the clock saying, hey, wait a minute. That clock was rolling. And the official's like, yeah, I know. And he rolls over to the scorer's table and looks to get things settled out. So they'll put some more time up on the clock. Same PK unit out there for the Wranglers, McRoberts, Ivy twins, and Troutwine. Talk about that pairing with Troutwine and McRoberts. He's done an excellent job here tonight for the Wranglers. Troutwine in his 3rd game with the club. You watch him, you think he'd been here for the entire season. So now they put 11:45 on the clock, 1:30 to go on the penalty to McDonald, and we're good to go. Draw 1 by Lone Star, high slot, McDonald tries to sachet by Jack Ivy. Wranglers are able to divorce him from the puck and send it back down for another clear. Non-steps, McNaughton and Zapp. Troutwine and McRoberts still out there for Amarillo. Murakami over center red, and now Wranglers blue. Papaspropoulos was able to send the puck back down after Troutwine was able to shoulder Murakami off the puck. Under a minute to go on the Brahma power play. His right wing, McDonald, catches the puck, stops at the half wall. Across, finds Murakami, streaking in. He'll shoot, and it goes wide off the stick of McNaughton. High slot, McDonald taps it left side for Murakami. Jacob McDonald holds it in at the left point. He'll ride down the wall, now send it up to the line for Ingles. He'll dish it to his left for Murakami, now back to Ingles. McDonald high slot. Drifts between the circles, he'll shoot. Blocked by the Wranglers. Bouncing puck corralled by Murakami, throws it on goal, and it's stopped by McDonough. Right point, Zadronyuk lurking. Stops at the right circle, now up top. Ingles to left side, Murakami. Across, Zadronyuk shoots. Ping pongs around, Murakami fires on the rebound and scores. And the Brahmas score on the power play with 7 seconds remaining on the penalty to McDonald. We're all tied up at 3. Zadronyuk and Ingles pick up the assist on the Murakami goal. 3-all from Amarillo. 10:21 to go in the third. So Ray Murakami picks up goal number 4 on the year for Lone Star and has tied the game up at 3 a little over midway through the third period. Stepanek finds Ben Ivy in open space. Left side, Ben Ivy fires and it misses the net, but not by much. Jack Ivy wraps it around towards the near side wall, met by Ben Ivy. He takes a tumble courtesy of Justin Kerr. Now the Brahmas whack it up ahead. They've got numbers. Kerr across, looking for James, sprawling out to dive and intercept that pass was McRoberts. Wranglers go up ice. Ben Ivy for Jack Ivy. Right side, shot save, rebound, oh, and Cooper couldn't settle it down and fire it into the empty net as they had Winnicky beat. Play goes around the near side wall. Brahmas chop it out to center. Wranglers pitch it down. Winnicky helps it along below the goal line. Takes a hop off that corner wall. Back out to center. Cooper meets it. Brahmas go D-to-D in open space. As TJ Ritchie from his own zone tries to pitch it up ahead for Chunchikov. Popped off his stick. Brahmas once again D-to-D. 9:05 to go in the third period. Stretch pass does not connect as Masick gets dumped by Doherty as play goes below the Wrangler goal line. Far corner of the Amarillo zone. Players jousting for the puck as Doherty battles with Tess. Tess will skate it free. High slot. Murakami fires looking for more. Save made by McDonough. Scramble for it and it's thrown back out the center. Oh. Brahmas were lurking there looking for a goal as they dump it down again. Jeffers, with help from McDonough, skates it along the right side wall. Whistle blown with 8:31 to go in the third. I think it's going to be offside on Lone Star. At least that's what they said on the PA system. Although I'm not so sure because this draw is going to be to the right of McDonough, so it must have gone out of play. It'll be Zavernyuk and Zap, far circle of the Wranglers zone. 8:31 to go in the third. Contested puck goes the Wranglers' way as Doherty looks over his shoulder, whips it around towards the near side wall for Pukinen. Back down low for Zap. Wranglers trying to flip sides. Brahmas pestering them here as Zap connects with Jeppers. And he will lift it up to the right point, held in by Ingles. So fire wide. As Zavernyuk tries to pinch and hold it in. Puck pops up into the air, gloved down by Keskintepe at center ice. Colin Doherty from his own zone. To the left, off a stick. Hops deep into the Brahmas zone. Pukinen trying to muscle it free, and he does. Finds McNaughton in the slot, and he shoots, and it's blocked by James. Bouncing puck at center, corralled by McNaughton. To his right, looking for Zap. Tried to return it. The Brahmas are able to get a body in front and go back on the attack. Wranglers stymie that attempt. Jack Ivy at center ice has room to roam. Curls at the near circle. He'll shoot, and it's blocked. And Brock James will come away with the puck. So he will dish it to Hampstead at the red line, and he will just slowly curl it down. Brahmas get a change. Left point, Atiri tries to fire, but Roberts sweets that slow shot away. Ben Ivy for Jack Ivy at the center ice logo. He will fling it down. It's Lone Star with possession now, under 7 minutes to go. Atiri gains the Wrangler zone, tries to step aside Sebastian Mitro, but he wasn't having any of it. Good play there defensively for Mitro. His possession changes once more. Left side, Masick. It's poked away by Cooper. Gerhard also there to help out defensively. Battle in the far corner of the Wrangler zone. Puck is wedged free and goes to Gerhard. Along the near side boards, Phillips is met by Ingles. Kicks it free. Cooper will settle it down. Skate it out over the Wrangler blue line. Met by Masick. And the Brahmas are offside on that play. with 6:08 to go in the third. 3-3 game, late stages of the third, and some more nastiness here as we're about to head to our media timeout. Officials try and step in, break this thing up. As when we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV and YouTube, we'll find out how this one ends. 3-all from downtown Amarillo. What could be in store next? Only one way to find out. See you on the other side of the break on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
.608 on the clock in the third period. Tie game. Who's going to come away with the victory? As Ben Ivy off the center ice draw, trying to do a little dump and chase action, cut off by the Brahmas. Atiri will harshly send it back down to the Wranglers zone. No icing as McDonough comes out to play the puck. Finds McRoberts. Couple of hops in the neutral zone, and Ben Ivy will tip it down. Behind the Brahma goal line. Borak gets crashed into the boards by Jack Ivy. Murakami will escape with the puck. Whip it into the Wranglers bench. Stopping play with 5:34 to go in regulation. Well, you know it's a tight game when you have to say in regulation after announcing the score. And that's exactly what we've got here. 3-3, shot count 34-33 in favor of the Wranglers. This is an oddity. Usually the Wranglers average about 25.8 shots per game. And last two times these two teams have met, the Brahmas have held them to 18. So think about the Wranglers putting up 34 shots on the board, 3 goals as well against a really good goaltender in Jack Winicky, who's averaging under a goal against per game. Just about a half a goal and a .969 save percentage. I'd say you're in pretty good shape if you're the Wranglers, but the job's not done. The job is not done for Amarillo as they have their sights set on not just 1 point, but 2 standings points. And a victory over their division rivals, the Lone Star Brahmas, here tonight. Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni coaching. A really good game for the Wranglers here tonight. They have brought their A game. See if they can finish it off with the victory on home ice. Zap against Bergeron. Zap wins the draw at the center ice logo. Colin Doherty will loft it into Brahma ice. Right point, Jeffers meets the puck, returns it below the goal line. Cluster of players topple down to the ice as Hamstead will loosen it free and lift it to the neutral zone. Jeffers flags it down, finds Zap in open space. Puck rolled off his stick, and so Doherty will harshly send it along around the boards in the Brahmas zone. Lone Star comes free with the puck. Right side, Hamstick gains center red. Now Wranglers blue. Off the wall, gets cut off by Doherty. Drew Jeffers will meet the puck in the near corner. Hamstead sparring with Jeffers there. Jeffers frees the puck. Goes up along the wall. A couple players take a few whacks at it. Pokes, jabs here. Comes free. Colin Doherty will peel away from the pressure of Brock James and sky it into the rafters. And that stops things with 4:25 to go in regulation. Wranglers sending out the combination of Ivy twins with McNaughton, Cooper and McRoberts out there defensively. A little bit of a shake-up here from what we're used to seeing throughout the course of this game. As Lone Star comes away with the puck off the draw, Borak will pitch it towards the near corner. McRoberts trying to pedal it up ahead for Jack Ivy. He will flip the script and send it back to the near side wall. As at center, Jack Ivy will go coast to coast for McRoberts, who enters the Brahmas zone. Brahmas will end up with the puck after that last sequence. Thierry to the right, intercepted by Ben Ivy, looking for a man out in front. Goes across, and the Brahmas in open space will pick up the puck and hoist it to the neutral zone. Jack Ivy over the blue line, now steps back into the neutral zone after looking over his shoulder and seeing there's about half of the Brahmas squad out there defensively, so Wranglers like to dump it in with 3:29 to go in the third. Near corner of the Brahmas zone, puck battle with Morris, backhanding it towards the slot, takes a hop, Jeffers right circle shoots, and it goes wide off the end wall. James with the puck at open space, picks up some steam, he rumbles into the Wranglers zone, gets knocked off the puck, McDonald there to hold it for Lone Star and drive it deeper. Wranglers will come away with the puck after a good defensive play. As left wing Kerr drops it down low for McDonald. Backhand centering feed off the stick of James. Curls at the circle and fires, save made McDonough. Rebound is loose. Brahmas lurking James. Another shot and a save made by McDonough. Left point, Keskintepe across for Ingles. Now James all alone at the circle, and it's fought off by McDonough on the one-timer. Below the goal line, Brahmas buzzing here. Cycling around like vultures in the Wranglers zone as Owen Kerr has it in the near boards of the Wranglers zone. He's pinned up by Troutwine and Phillips. Wranglers trying to wedge the puck free. Bergeron kicks it to the right point for Ingles. Keskintepe fumbles the puck at the blue line, regains the possession enough to slide it down low for Hamstead. High slot, Bergeron fires off a shin and wide. Jeffers battling with Hamstead. Frees the puck, looking for Troutwine. He's gassed as he gets beat to the puck by the Brahmas. Couple big hits here, free the puck up. Jeffers steps in and finds Puukkonen in open space. Wranglers escape their own zone. And Topi Puukkonen from center will drive it deep into the Brahmas zone and give chase. Wranglers get fresh men on. As Kerr in the neutral zone has the puck bounce off his stick. Zavernyuk the other way, shooting, saved by McDonough, bouncing puck out of the air, and he pounces on it to freeze it down. Oh, that puck was bouncing. And McDonough, I think he saw the game flash before his eyes, is able to snag it and hold with 1:40 to go in the third. And you know at this point in the game, the next goal is likely to be the game winner. Connor McDonough taking care of business, able to swallow it up and stop time. Shot count now 38-34 in favor of Lone Star. That last sequence generating a lot of shots on goal for the Brahmas. But McDonough and the Wrangler defense standing tall to keep it a tie game. Draw one by Lone Star. Atiri drifts down low, fires from the half wall. Fought off by McDonough again. Directed towards the far corner. Players converge on that puck. Zavernyuk comes away from the pile. He'll shoot from the left circle, and a stop by McDonough on that try as well. Point to point, Murakami right side across, looking for Zavernyuk. Pass was a couple feet in front of him. Doherty jumps into the fray as you get another puck battle in the far corner. Bouncing puck in the high slot. Wranglers nudge it forward. Held in by Kerr right side. Justin Kerr fires. Blocker save McDonough. Rebound chance is loose. Scramble for it. Puck on the goal line. McDonough diving. And it somehow stays out. Oh my goodness! It's McDonough magic with a little assistance from the defense. Puck is played out of play. 56.8 seconds to go in the third. I'm gonna say it went off the glass. No delay of game to the Wranglers. My goodness. It doesn't get much closer than that. McDonough sprawled out, puck in the blue paint, and somehow the Wranglers catch a break and it doesn't end up in the back of their net. Wranglers win the neutral zone draw. Troutwine spins, plays it forward for Pukkanen. Off his stick, Murakami fields it. Goes across for Atiri, now back to Murakami. James over the Wrangler blue line for Owen Kerr. Troutwine defending nicely, directs him to the corner. Zapp will step in, free the puck up, find Pukkanen at center ice. He will chip it and chase below the Brahma goal line as fans get loud. 26 seconds to go. Bergeron for Lone Star, gains center red. Backpedals away from the pressure from Zapp, gives it to the Wranglers defense. Cooper, center ice for Jeffers. He will smack it down. Winicky slows it. 7 seconds to go. One last chance for Lone Star as Ingles looking for a stretch pass to Hamstead. It does not connect. And that'll do it for regulation. For the second straight night, we're headed to overtime. Shots on goal after regulation. Lone Star with 41 on the board. Wranglers with 34. So it's a high shooting affair here in the third period in the game as Brahmas and the Wranglers, 60 minutes wasn't enough. We're headed to overtime. Wranglers again pick up a standing point. They now have 32 on the season. And they'll look to get that extra one here in OT. Wranglers are 5-5 in overtime this season. This is their 11th overtime game on the campaign. Again, it's an even split, 5-5, but something's got to give here as they will look to take care of business here on home ice. Last night, it was Jacob McDonald scoring in overtime for Lone Star. To end things, give the Brahmas the OT victory. See if the Wranglers can get the job done here this evening. As Ryan Anderson will draw up a game plan for his Wranglers. Seems like these two teams, when they play in overtime, a very methodical approach to how they approach the 3-on-3 overtime session. Very possession-based. A lot of sequences where you see a lot of waiting, a lot of heads being picked up, and kind of just surveying the scene. Very methodical. Seems like if an avenue isn't present, players feel no rush, and will just kind of meander back to the neutral zone. And it's not really that high-flying 3-on-3 session that you see in some cases. It's kind of slowed down, very, very mechanical in the way that it works. And I expect tonight to be no different. A combined 75 shots on the board here in this game, and we're still not done. McDonough stopping 38 of 41 so far. Jack Winicky, 31 of 34. Wranglers will send out McNaughton, Troutwine, and Zapp to begin OT. Brahmas, Zavernyuk, Kerr, and Murakami. As the Wranglers win the opening draw, but Kerr comes away with it. He'll drive towards the net. Kerr on his backhand to his forehand, and the net comes off. No goal. So that stops things with 8 seconds into the overtime session. And they're going to take a look at this on the iPad. So they're going to go to video replay to see if this is a goal or not. To me, it looked like that goal, that puck didn't even come close to crossing the goal line, even with the net knocked off. But then again, I'm on the opposite side of what you see on the camera feed. So what you may see at home is different from what my vantage point is, as we're on opposite sides of the rink. So, but at least it looked like from my vantage point, there just wasn't much of an angle on that for that puck to have a chance to go over the goal line, especially with the direction that it took afterwards, the trajectory that it took towards that near corner as McDonough kind of stuck out his left pad. We will see what video replay brings out of that. Put that goal review system to good use, as they will take a lengthy look at this. They'll put the iPad aside, and no goal is the call. We will play on. So, McDonough makes the save, and we play on. Troutwine and the Ivy twins out there for Amarillo. Zavranyuk, Kerr, and Murakami, 3 representatives for the Brahmas. Draw to the left of McDonough, Zavranyuk and Ben Ivy will duel. Draw is directed towards the near corner. Ben Ivy steps in, picks up the puck, and Kerr immediately stepping on his tail tries to pry the puck free. Wranglers, though, keep possession as Troutwine behind the goal now gets caught up between Kerr and the end wall. Justin Kerr doing good work trying to muscle that puck free. Ben Ivy steps in on a 2-on-1 battle along the end wall. Ben Ivy's able to squeak that puck free. Jack Ivy through neutral ice, gains the Brahma blue line, finds Ben Ivy trailing. Toe drag, and he tries to slide it towards the goal, and he gets rocked. And he is down. As Ben Ivy was trying to go around the defender, an extra man stepped in and clobbered him, and he is flat on his back on the far circle of the Brahmas zone. Hopefully he's going to be all right. That was a, looked like that hit caught him up high. He is wearing that cage. Not sure if that helps or not. As he will be looked at by the medical staff. Bang bang play where Ben's trying to toe drag around a defender, and then an extra man in motion checks him up high, sends him flying into the air and flat on his back in the far circle of the Brahmas zone. And he is still down. As the crowd, the few phrases for the officials that I will not repeat on air has now dulled down to a quiet murmur as they are attending to Wranglers captain Ben Ivy, who scored the opening goal for the Wranglers on Teddy Bear Toss night. We just hope that he's going to be okay, as we will step aside for the moment here on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen, and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Good news is Ben Ivy is back up on his feet. A little wobbly, but he will skate towards the tunnel. As that is a good sign for the captain. With a little assistance from his teammates, he will go down the tunnel with applause from Wrangler fans. As he was hit up high on that most recent play. So we wish the best to Ben Ivy. Hopefully he's going to be all right. It's one of those plays that you never want to see happen. It's unfortunate that it did. It's a blessing that he was able to get up on his own feet. He was able to move around a little bit. In the meantime, it appears there is no penalty on that last play. So we're still 3-on-3. And this draw will be to the right of McDonough in the Wranglers zone. And it's won by Lone Star. Bouncing puck is held onto by Jeffers. He will start things out. Gains the red line. Now Brahmas blue. Jeffers down the left wing. Fires, and it goes off a body into the right corner. Puukkonen gets checked off the puck by Murakami. And the Brahmas captain, who already has a goal here tonight, will lead the charge on the next sequence for Lone Star in overtime. Brock James picks up the puck and moves with steam through the neutral zone, down the right wing, gains the circle. James towards the middle, goes off the skate of Troutwine, and the Wranglers will hold it from their own zone. McDonald spins out to center, over the red line. Now Brahmas blue, sidesteps a defender. Below the goal line, McDonald battling with Zavernyuk, still with the puck on his stick, backhands it to the right wall for Jack Ivy. Finds Troutwine in the right corner. He'll go around the net. Exchanges with Jack Ivy in the near corner. Back up to the line for Troutwine, and he will backpedal back into the Wranglers zone with 2:53 to go in overtime. Behind the net, Troutwine will wait and leave it for Zapp. He will send it back for Troutwine. And now they will exchange as Zapp holds it. Troutwine goes to the bench. And Jeffers steps on. So Puukkonen, Jeffers, and Troutwine and Zapp out there for Amarillo. As Zapp will lead the charge. Pass is intercepted at center ice by Zavernyuk, and he gets divorced from the puck by Puukkonen. He will step over the blue line. Puukkonen to the high slot. Fighting off the defense. Connects with Zapp. Right wing. Jeffers streaks in. Fires and scores! Drew Jeffers wins it in overtime. And now we got a bench brawl as fists fly in front of the Brahmas bench. Wranglers were celebrating the overtime goal, and now everybody's throwing haymakers. Dan Wildfong caught in the middle of it, tries to peel over from the attack. As everybody's got a dance partner, and they're still going. Fists flying. Chunchikov's got a man down at the red line. Mitro's battling with a guy in front of the scores table. It's Charlie Masick. Season series finale. And the Wranglers holding their own. As now the officials try and step in. They got security out there trying to break this up. Dan Wildpuck walks away with the stick and he just flips it high into the air. And it lands down at center ice. Still they're going at it. Phillips is looking to jar with Brock James. Big tussle at the Brahma blue line. Equipment flying everywhere. It's a yard sale. I don't think I've seen anything like this. Battle for it, and the Wranglers, Jeffers firing up the crowd, and they roar in approval. As it looks like things have simmered down on ice, equipment being tossed one way or the other, but the Brahmas are going to skate off. And that'll do it for the game. If we get a playoff matchup between these two teams, get your popcorn ready, because that'll be something. Get half of the Wranglers squad trying to salute the crowd at center ice. A couple other guys still having words for the Brahmas. As again, they still have security in there. A couple of off-ice officials, really anybody that can get in the way. And now he's got another jousting match with Morley Phillips getting into it with Borak. And they're still trying to break this up. So, Jeffers scores the game-winning goal in overtime, skates along the far side boards, and celebrates in front of the Brahmas bench, and then after that, chaos ensued. The Wranglers jump over the bench to meet Jeffers in celebration, and then you get a massive brawl, unlike any other. And the Wranglers are waving the Brahmas goodbye in front of their tunnel. And now Anthony Capello, the last one off for Lone Star, as the Wranglers now, in victory, will celebrate their win at center ice. And the fans cheer in approval. Wow. Statement win for the Wranglers on home ice. They win it 4-3 in overtime. Wranglers post-game starts now. Oh boy. Well, let's recap the scoring. As Ivan Zavernyuk opened the scoring for Lone Star. With 11:48 remaining in the first period, Zavernyuk scores from Kerr and Borak to make it 1-0. That was the only goal scored in the first period. Second period, Wranglers respond with a goal from Ben Ivey. Sends Teddy Bears flying over the glass on Teddy Bear toss night. Jack Ivey and McDonald get the assists. About 4 minutes into the second frame. Makes it 1-1. Brahmas respond with a goal, 5:09 to go in the second period. Brock James scores from Hampstead and McDonald. That makes it 2-1. And then, Wranglers respond 18 seconds later, tie the game up at 2. Topi Pukkanen gets back on the score sheet with Zapp and McRoberts picking up assists. And that was all the scoring for the second period. So we're tied 2-2 heading into the third. And on the wackiest bounce I've ever seen, Henry McRoberts picks up his first goal in the North American Hockey League. So congratulations to Henry McRoberts. He picks up his first goal in his career to give the Wranglers a 3-2 lead. It's a power play goal, 1:05 into the third. And then Brahmas responded with a goal about midway through the third period from Ray Murakami. Assist going to Zadranyuk and Bryce Ingles. Tied the game up at 3. So 60 minutes wasn't enough. To overtime we went. And Drew Jeffers scores the overtime winner to give the Wranglers the 4-3 victory. And Drew Jeffers is your #1 star of the game with that overtime winning goal. You know, it's crazy. Talked to him a little bit earlier before the game. Scored a goal last night. Said, you think you're going to get goals in back-to-back games? Like, what do you think? You going to get that teddy bear goal? He says, I don't know. We'll see. Well, he didn't get the teddy bear winning goal, but he has the overtime winner for the Wranglers as they win 4-3 in overtime on home ice against their rivals, the Lone Star Brahmas. And, of course, after that Jeffers goal was scored, we all know what happened next, as it was a brawl in front of the Brahmas bench. And that's the season finale. That'll do it for this chapter of the Brahmas and Wranglers, the 2023-2024 season. Unless playoffs are in store and both of these teams find each other then. Who knows? But something tells me that if they do meet down the road, that could be one heck of a series. We'll just have to wait and see. For the Wranglers, picked up 2 massive points here tonight as they increased to 33 on the year. They improved to 14, 9, and 5 on the year. They are now 6 and 5 in overtime. Win on home ice does them good. Brahmas do pick up a point. The rich get richer. They're currently at the top of the South Division. So we look at the standings right now. Try and make sense out of what's transpired here. Final from Shreveport, Mudbugs win 5-1. Should they gain 1 point on the Brahmas here this evening, they will stay in second place in the division. Odessa defeats Corpus Christi 6-3 on home ice. And El Paso is a 4-2 lead over the New Mexico Ice Wolves at El Paso County Event Center. So Jackalopes win, Mudbugs win, Wranglers win, and Rhinos are on track to win. So that would put Shreveport at 38 points on the year. Lone Star now is 47. Those are your top 2 teams in the division. El Paso with 32 points on track to go to 34 if they win. Wranglers currently at 33, jump them to 3rd place. Although if the Brahmas score holds, Wranglers will go back down to 4. Rhinos stay in 3rd. And then Oklahoma stays at 5th with their loss. Although the Jackalopes creep up in the standings. They're now at 28 points on the season, just 1 behind New Mexico for 6th place. And the Jackalopes are only 5 points behind the Wranglers as we enter next weekend's contests. And so, the Wranglers are on to Odessa. Split here with the Brahmas this weekend. Pick up 3 out of 4 standing points against the top team in the league. Not a bad deal, if I do say so myself. And the Wranglers really played their A game this weekend. After that 9-0 loss on home ice, I think the Wranglers kind of reevaluated themselves and kind of took their best foot forward. Really tried to improve after that. Had a 5-game road trip, returned home. Pick up 3 out of 4 standing points against the Brahmas. So, pretty good look here for the Wranglers tonight, as they will look to continue their winning ways over at Ector County Coliseum for a 3-game set against the Jackalopes next weekend, the last set before the Christmas break. Well, well, well. What an evening it was. Wranglers and the Brahmas finish up the season series. Wranglers get the last laugh as they come away with the 4-3 victory on home ice in overtime. can't count out the Odessa Jackalopes. They are currently on a 4-game win streak. Speaking of win streaks, Wranglers snap the Brahmas' 7-game win streak with the victory here tonight. The Wranglers will head to Odessa happy next weekend. Well, looks like that'll do it for us here tonight. Crazy game, crazy sequence there at the end. That might have me up all night. But we'll get some rest. Wranglers will practice through the week, head over to Odessa on the weekend, and we'll see you then. As Wranglers once again come with a 4-3 victory in overtime. Drew Jeffers with the overtime winning goal. He now has goals in back-to-back games. Henry McRoberts with a multi-point game. He has a goal and an assist in the contest. He now has points in back-to-back games. Wranglers head to Odessa next weekend. We will see you then on NATV and YouTube. Once again, Wranglers 4, Brahmas 3, final from overtime. I'm Guy Chiarenza saying so long and good night from Amarillo.